shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Time check. It's half past the hour of 6 o'clock. And you're listening and viewing the Ground Report. You're shooting the Pitbull of radio in studio.
Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher.
Hey, Wendy and Jen, good morning. Deborah, good morning to you, Carmen. Annie, good morning. Majid Ali, good morning. Rick. Zibriangani, pleasant good morning. Tyra. Yes, Tyra, the Kerr. Do that more and good morning, Nadira. Janet Sinkaladin, good pleasant good morning to you. Sharma, good morning to you. Angela. Jason, good morning to you. Sukhai, good morning to you. Hey, Peter Samlal Singh, good morning. Damien Acton Vincent. Calvary Spread, good morning. Devon Mirage.
Our God is for us.
Gemma, good morning. Troy Smith. Michael, good morning. Lenora, a pleasant good morning to Gloria.
Can stand again.
Balraj, good morning. Samantha Job. Carol, a pleasant good morning to Rohan.
If our God is with us.
And Joan Passad, good morning. Desmond Hines, good morning to you. Mentor. Peter Brown, a pleasant good morning to you. Royal Passad. Hey, David Sami, good morning to you. David Karl Maharaj, a pleasant good morning. Don't tell you that. Gloria Escala, a pleasant good morning to you. Vishnu Baba, a pleasant good morning. Audrey, good morning to you. Azad Ali, a pleasant good morning to you. Maki Thunderboom, good morning. Sandy Jones, good morning to you. Janelle, good morning. Jack Dio, good morning to you. Tommy, good morning. Hey, Giovanni Jagrup, a pleasant good morning. Afrida, Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you. Mike W, good morning. Marilyn C. Charan, a pleasant good morning to you. Mubarak, Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you. Stefan. Anne-Marie Ahmed, a pleasant good morning to you. Matilda Rhodes. Rambo Ali, good morning to you. Kamati, a pleasant good morning to you. Sita, good morning. Maki Thunderboom, we all want to live better. The Hulk, a good morning to you. Chandra Benjamin, a pleasant good morning to you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Bang, bang, bang.
Pamela Palua, pleasant good morning to you. Garnish, good morning to you. Bobby, good morning. Hey, Selwyn Batiste, good morning to you. Cliff, good morning.
Open the eyes of
Rick Lutzman, good morning to you. Nairo, good morning to you. Nancy. Clinton, good morning to you. Radical, pleasant good morning to you.
Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise.
Yeah, Rambo Ali, good morning. Just School, good morning. Kabul, good morning to you. Boben Lachmidial, good morning. Yes, Job, good morning. Sita, all of you.
shine.
Out of the
ashes we rise.
Hey Ruby, good morning to you.
Like you. None like you.
Hey, a freezer, D Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you. Frank Andy Babulal, good morning.
Our God is stronger.
Gobin, good morning to you. Hey Pinky James, good morning. Ann Moon Sammy, good morning. Denver. Yes, Denver Mohan, a pleasant good morning to you. Darrell Mohan, also good morning to you. Nazali and Mr. Ali, a pleasant good morning to you. Sandy Jones, good morning. Beverly. Jillian John, good morning. Calvary Spirit, Basdio. Bahari, good morning to you. Sharon Jogi, good morning, Basdio. Anthony Deboog, good morning to you. Hey, Anjali Swa, good morning. Joel R. Hazel. Yes, Bahari. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me say a pleasant good morning, Philip, all of you that look on, eh?
And who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us.
Hey, Tracy Thomas, a pleasant good morning to you. Baby Rampasad, good morning. Not forgetting my baby. Good morning, Teacher Balmain. Video from Vancouver, all of you up there. Good morning, Daro. Watson, your old friend burner. Felix, good morning. Salisha Karim, good morning to you. Hey, Bagatelle de Martin West in the house. Andy A get no help with this pipe and school going and open. It running in front of the school. All right, I feel like I gotta come down and check here. Rolly, a pleasant good morning to you. Maria, good morning to you. Donna, Louis, good morning. Hey, Hazel Bali, good morning to you. Hey, Shale, Philip, good morning to you. Sandy Jones, I don't tell you good morning when you're ready. Virgin Jamaraj, good morning to you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Jagum, good morning, Cyril. Boudram John, a pleasant good morning to you. Rick Williams, good morning.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
No, Peter, you didn't miss nothing. A pleasant good morning to you, Krishna.
Good morning. Andy, sorry to tell Lennox. I listened to the interview with our guy Dada yesterday, and he sounded like a sore tongue. He sounded like a sore tongue that we don't have a parade. He had to realize that the person who put him and gave him all the intelligence and the know-how about business is the Indian government. And I know that. So if the government tell you that we're having an issue, he should have taken that and stop sound like a sore tongue. He sound like he's very upset there's no parade, like he like a parade. I'm sorry to tell Lena, but he had to understand, thank God for the man in India who gave him a chance. And the woman had given him a chance. If there's an issue or something happen, shoot him. And all kind of thing happen. You gotta go with what the intelligence tell us. You don't come on and say I love Kamala, but what? I love Leonard, but I love Andy, but that's just ridiculous. You have to come on and say I stand with the government, and whatever precaution I take, I stand with that. No, when the people come to you, you explain to them. But he sounds like a sore Tom. I disagree with what he's saying. You see, again, I keep telling all you, PNM is PNM, no matter what. So, Dada, you should have stand up until that. Don't say I like Canada, that's my prime minister, but. There's no but. One but means that you have a doubt. All right? Okay, Adi, later, bye.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Orlando, you know I kind of be I tend to agree with you. Let's continue.
Bang, 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 bang.
A special good morning to the ground report, Andy, Mickie, Lennox, all the listeners and viewers worldwide and in the Caribbean locally. That problem with the PNM supporters and the PNM are having with the Independence Day celebration with fireworks and what have you, that is insignificant right now. It's not necessary. It have a state of emergency, and you have to take whatever precaution the law enforcement people, personnel have to do to protect our country and to protect the citizens. When I said citizens, right-thinking citizens who do the right thing and who obey the law and, not the lawless one. So I think that the government is right in taking that decision, and who want to bray and, make noise and have a problem, they're free to do so. So it was an old saying by the so-called father of the nation, the late Dr. Eric Williams, let the jackass and them bray. Have a good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Andy. Kumota here. Andy, no water. 3 weeks going now. Wasa, my bill paid. Andy, we get water 2 hours on a Saturday morning when we are asleep. Andy, when we call Wasa area supervisor and Tony, hear what he's saying, plan problems. Next week, he say main burst. We can't even get a truckload of water right now. We have a request inside for a truckload of water going in a week now. And we can't even get the water, Andy. Andy, it ugly. Wasa, I hope you're hearing what I'm saying. We need some water. I need some water today. My request for the water 1 week inside now, and I haven't got it as yet. They called 2 days ago, and they never showed up. Wasa, truckmen never showed up. And it ugly. Water is life.
Good morning, Ground Report crew. Let me answer this blood, sweat, and tears, man, right? The blood of the innocent people who get killed and who get murdered and so on as a result of PNM's failure to address the crime situation properly and to provide proper, meaningful, gainful employment, right, and opportunities, education, and so on for their own people and the people of this country by extension, right, led to the tears of their surviving family members and loved ones, right, because they had to see the innocent blood of those who they held there spilled on the ground because of PNM's failure to address the crime situation, right? And right now, the people of this country have to sweat and toil to make a little living because of the PNM's mismanagement of the funds, right? And their inability to provide meaningful and gainful employment, but only dramming tax down your throat, right? That is the blood, sweat, and tears that PNM put this country through. The blood of the innocent, the sweat of the poverty-ridden to make a little change, and the tears of the people who cannot endure any more of this of the PNM's nonsense. Finally, we have a government under the leadership of the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa and her team that decide to take steps, right, without affecting people's pocket. They decide to take steps, meaningful steps, towards, addressing the nation's issues. Why we having a parade to celebrate what? You understand? To celebrate the high crime. situation that the PNM put we through, right? To celebrate the fact that we have the country's resources were pilfered by an organization which the initials mean plunder the nation's money, right? That is what we have to celebrate. Right now we have nothing to celebrate on Independence Day. So let us pray for the country, right? Let us pray for the country and let us pray that we get betterment and pray for the continued health and strength of our Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, that she'll continue to do the good work that she has been doing, right? This is my contribution, right? Because while the soldiers parading, the innocent getting slaughtered like lambs because they know the police and the army and whoever else wrong the savannah marching up and down, right? Like toy soldiers, right? And they have the opportunity now because they have the Coast Guard and parading, and patrolling the waters. The army not on alert. They stand up outside in the hot sun, and the police and them as well the same thing. All of them going to attend parade. So that giving the criminals room to run and massacre this country. So the Prime Minister did the correct thing by doing that, right? And all them people talking about coming in the savannah to watch fireworks. You're coming in the savannah to watch fireworks. How much robberies you just hear taking place when people fireworks? How much people be missing their car? How much people get robbed in the savannah going to watch fireworks? Give me a break now, man. We don't need this celebration. Well, right now we need people to make meaningful decisions to fix this country. Have a nice day.
Hey, Andy. Message for Independence Day. Have prayer. Have good thoughts. Become the person you want to be. Stand up by your flag and say, I am independent. I don't need anything from anybody. I can work for my own. I can develop my own self. I can become the better person because I am independent. I am celebrating my independence.
Blessed morning to the ground report, blessed morning. I see Dada, I see this curly Dada. My contribution is, I will say it once, I'll say it twice, I'll say it 100 times. In my book, since I know myself, as a youth man growing up in Port of Spain, I live in Chogolas now 500. PNM means to me, press Negro more. People never matter. And they're showing up. All their behavior, they don't care about the country, they don't care about the citizens, they don't care about their well-being. And people who pushing this narrative, clear to see, all of a sudden is the money. They don't care about human, the humanity in them gone. Yeah, I will continue. Concerning the parade, it's not a big deal. Right? 70, 90, COVID, we had no independence. So what? And this one is for a reason. A blessed reason too, to save citizens of the country, to save the country from these hooligans who feel they own the country, these people, PNM followers. I say again, they don't care. And she's doing the right thing. Reflect, pray. You could see some of them don't pray. Like when they hear pray, they tell them like, shake the devil hand. Press to someone else, shake the devil hand. It's looking like that to me. We need to be conscious of our behavior, man. These people be getting like hooligans, like yard foul. PNM again. Press Negro more. People never matter. And this is my contribution. You'll have a blessed day.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. My boy say all Kamala ballers. We're gonna pray. Praise. And it's like people seeing the devil hand to shake. People just, no, we want parade. We want parade. No parade. Parade. No parade.
Andy, good morning. It's years I communicate with you on this forum, right? One of the things you and I discussed years ago, and I asked you, when the UNC come back into office, and they're doing wrong, or they committed some ill, if you will call them out, and you said yes.
Yes.
As it relates to this Independence Parade cancellation, it cannot be correct. And don't use no smoke screen to talk about the security of the nation as a threat, and the Prime Minister and the President are a threat. If that is what you're saying, it means that you have no confidence in the security forces. None. Because if it is the Prime Minister, the Chief Justice, the President, and everybody at one location, and you are saying that it's a threat, it's a security threat, and if that will be the case, they will not be secured, then it does not speak anything or speak much for the Army, the Defense Forces combined, I should say, and the police service. That Queen's Park Savannah is our iron curtain days before the Independence Parade. So don't give me that. You want to cancel the Independence Parade for whatever reason? Okay, but don't tell me nonsense. That is equal to peeing on somebody and telling them it's rain falling. That is madness, right? I'm surprised that you, Andy, I'm not surprised somebody called us, because I couldn't care less about which party win or which party win. I told you so years ago. But I'll ask you this, and the others, if it is the PNM was in power, God forbid, and Dr. Rowley or whoever is the political leader, maybe Prime Minister, took that decision, what would have been their take on it?
Bang, 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 bang.
Andy, good morning. It's years I communicate with you on this forum, right? One of the things you and I discussed years ago, and I asked you, when the UNC come back into office, and they're doing wrong, or they committed some ill, if you will call them out, and you said yes. As it relates to this Independence Parade cancellation, it cannot be correct. And don't use no smoke screen to talk about the security of the nation as a threat, and the Prime Minister and the President are a threat. If that is what you're saying, it means that you have no confidence in the security forces. None.
Bang, 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 bang.
So caller, you call, right? To question the Pitbull integrity. Based on what the government decide to do that really and truly have no wrong or no right to it. When I tell him they're doing any stupidness such as corruption, neglecting the people, doing we thing like we're Rowley and the P&M do we? What they do? What Kamala Prasad Bissessa do? Wrong, calling off the Independence Day parade. What? And given so much reasons why they had to call it off. And you want to question my integrity? Why you ain't call this program so long? So you call back now? So what you want me to say? Kamala and the UNC or the government wrong for calling off the Independence Day parade based on national security or security threats, and they also mention even at their prayer, they also mention 2-point-something million will be saved and it could go to something better, such as fire trucks. Where's the big deal? Tell me something they do wrong, let me both them now. Besides that, what you tell me about? There is nothing you tell me about it. That come like you telling me. Because that is your opinion. Hey, the government wrong for having a state of emergency. That is a damn decision, partner. How am I going to say the wrong to call a state of emergency? Or the right not to call? That the underblow kind of small, little boy kind of scenes you on there? You come in with under-punch, low blow kind of scenes in the Pitbull? Give me thing to buff UNC for then. Don't give me that. Parade, independence. Some of we fire stations and them need fire trucks. And I want to go to see fire trucks in the parade. But anytime I see fire trucks in the parade, it must be that we rest of fire station have fire trucks. Hey, tell him about. That your cheapness, that your low blow. But you ain't called long and years and yeah. He loco, boy. I want every young guy, let me say a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you that are look on to us on Real Media TT, on all the social media platforms. A pleasant good morning to you. My Tobago brothers and sisters, a pleasant good morning to you. Let me say a pleasant good morning to our Guyal family, Guyal Trinidad and Tobago, Guyal the Caribbean. A pleasant good morning to you.
Bang, 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 bang.
Again, the government of Trinidad and Tobago ain't do nothing wrong in deciding for whatever reason that Trinidad and Tobago not having no Independence Day parade, no fireworks by no Savannah, and is that don't judge them right and wrong based on that at all. On that, you want to test to see my integrity based on that, partner?
Andy, good morning. It's years I communicate with you on this forum, right? One of the things you and I discussed years ago, and I asked you, when the UNC come back into office, and they're doing wrong, or they committed some ill, if you will call them out, and you said yes. As it relates to this Independence Parade cancellation, it cannot be correct. And don't use no smoke screen to talk about the security of the nation as a threat, and the Prime Minister and the President are a threat. If that is what you're saying, it means that you have no confidence in the security forces. None. Because if it is the Prime Minister, the Chief Justice, the President, and everybody at one location, and you are saying that it's a threat, it's a security threat, and if that will be the case, they will not be secured, then it does not speak anything or speak much for the Army, the Defense Force combined, I should say, and the police service. That Queen's Park Savannah is our iron curtain days before the Independence Parade. So don't give me that. You want to cancel the Independence Parade for whatever reason? Okay, but don't tell me nonsense. That is equal to peeing on somebody and telling me rain falling. That is madness. Right? I'm surprised that you, Andy, I'm not surprised somebody called us,
Who's that woman there? You're sounding like a PNM partner, I hear that woman in the background there. I hear she no partner.
The Independence Parade. So don't give me that. You want to cancel the Independence Parade for whatever reason? Okay, but don't tell me nonsense. That is equal to peeing on somebody and telling me rain falling. That is madness. Right? I'm surprised that you, Andy, I'm not surprised somebody called us, because I couldn't care less about which party win or which party win. I told you so years ago. But I'll ask you this and the others. If it is the PNM was in power, God forbid, and Dr. Rowley or whoever is the political leader, maybe Prime Minister, took that decision, what would have been their take on it?
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
A pleasant good day to you, my brother.
Well, my brother, it is years since I didn't realize that you always come across the television.
Yes, we do. Well, I just say your voice no there, no play there, because why I get to play yesterday. I played today, and I was listening. I just want to make sure. They you here? Listen. They you, because I find you coming cheap. I find you coming to play. You want to hit the Pitbull a low blow based on integrity, based on a listen. They you. Let me hear. They you.
Andy, good morning. It's years I communicate with you on this forum, right? One of the things you and I discussed years ago, and I asked you, when the UNC come back?
Yeah. So that you there?
Yeah. No, I take it we are having a private conversation and you're not recording us.
No. Oh. Let me make the thing, because again I play your thing there, and it's all about. So I call you back. No, and we are live to based on you are saying to the Pitbull, because I felt hurt that my integrity.
But I apologize for that. If you felt that was my intention, sir.
All right. So, but you
right? I want to make that clear.
Right, but we are live here. We are live. And I want to get your take, because you said, this is what you said, that how you asked me years ago, and this is a long time you ain't talk with us, and you asked me if ever, whether be PNM, whether be UNC or whoever in power at that point in time, PNM was in power, and I stated plain, even if UNC in power and UNC coming to do the madness that Rowley and his government have been doing to the people, I first will be on Kamala Prasad, the Cesar, whether it's Munilal, whether it's Parap, whether it's who, I going at them. But
well, my brother,
that is
all I was calling to ask of you, to remind you of, because we had a discussion. Because as you know fully well, I don't lend my support to any political party directly. I am for Trinidad and Tobago. If something is wrong, I call it all wrong. If something is right, I give credit and praise it.
Right, but remember, you interfered my credibility based on, meaning you're saying, look, Kamala, them do this new government do something wrong, and I ain't saying nothing. One, I don't see nothing wrong with what they do. No different to how my integrity will have a say based on who call a state of emergency, or if they should, or if they should not, or who cancel parade, or if they should have an independence parade. based on, again, what the people say. They say it's a national security threat.
In relation to the stopping of the parade, based on the threats that they have, they will have that knowledge. I don't. So I don't think that is what I'll be referring to. Because there are times, and from where I came from, I know there are always information that the public will never be made known to the public for obvious reasons. So quite obviously, it couldn't be that line I was going along.
All right, well, tell me the line now.
Right.
Well, could you point to me where you see this government going wrong already, that the Pitbull ain't start to back at them yet? Because I ready to back, you know. But you gotta show me, something.
Right. It's not a question of going wrong. I personally felt it when I hear the cries of some of the people in relation to they lose their jobs and CPEP. I think that should have made some mention. I know that they were restructuring, but there's a saying, while the grass is growing, the horse will be starving. Right? I have heard people, I run into a few people, I say, yes, I understand what you're saying. They are restructuring for every reason to bring it better. Right? But in the meantime, they say, hey, salt. I say, I hear you.
No, so, but remember, they get paid for a month, one, and the contractors get their money, two. The government also put out an olive branch, but the PNM media, CNC3, them don't want to put out what else, other olive branch. They also tell them, go to Social Development Ministry with evidence that they were working CPEP or URP or whatever, bring in those documents, and through the Social Development Ministry, they will be paid. All of that the people do while we structuring the program to start it back up, which they will get back their work, but under different contractors and not the PNM contractors.
No, I looked at Mr. Augustine in Tobago, and I heard his comments, but I heard it before. I made a comment. He said the CPEP in Tobago, their structure is far different from the structure in Trinidad because they don't have contractors. They fall under directly the House of Assembly. So right now in Tobago, the CPEP workers are working as they were working before, you know. So it is not stopped in Tobago. Right, so I don't know if going forward, if that is the structure that will be adopted.
But the Honorable Fali August did mention that. But remember, as he say, not now, it's years now, the CPEP is structured like that in Tobago. It's not structured like that in Trinidad. And
yes, and that is what I said, sir. I said, right? As I said, going forward, I don't know if in the restructuring, if they will adopt that model. I don't know. Right? I am of the view.
I'm of the view that, to me, I'm of the view, don't adopt that model, not for Trinidad. Tobago,
why is
small.
It because it's too large?
Less, two, in Trinidad, most people that work in government tends to and I being straightforward, play the fool because they're working for government. Compare and you get more production out of the people compared to if they're working in government. Like, for example, CPEP in Trinidad and Tobago, despite of what? In Trinidad, it's very productive. It have the bad apples in between and all the little nitty-gritties that the Prime Minister talk about. But majority of CPEP Trinidad are well work proper, well they do the work. Yeah, they see them working, they work more and even better than the Borough Corporation workers that I don't see on the road. So they go maybe for
that I will agree with. I will agree with that statement fully.
Right, and the structure with Trinidad, they have to come out and work, because if they don't come out and work, the contractor don't get paid, because the contractor gets a percent of this of everybody that is present. So long as you're absent, you're not there, the contractor loses a percentage of your money. So it's a very good structure. And then the structure in Trinidad was to also make entrepreneurs start business young people or people new in business, gain them that start for the 3 years, and then they move out of there and go into the bigger world with already a structure.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. How much of the contractors you know are quote unquote small contractors, the ordinary man? Or is it a question that they were aligned or affiliated to the former party?
Straightforward, most of the people, contractors, and them there is ordinary men. In between, you go get who minister and who MP and penny brother and penny husband and this one.
Mr. I don't know about that.
I don't know.
What about councillors? What about councillors?
All right,
or former councillors?
Right, in between you get councillors or however.
And lobbyists.
But most,
activists.
right, but in real, most is the average person that used to work for the PNM or PNM back then, activists that get an opportunity that was supposed to clear out, and whereby the UNC have people that ambitious too. I want a CPEP contract too to bro and many other UNC people too to start something and to hire workers.
And you will find no objection with me or criticism by me of that, because if you are loyal or you support a party, you get in confrontation for your party. And when your party come in power, they don't do something for you. Because it's about bread and butter, Because going to the grocery, my good man, love for party, loyalty to the party, doesn't cut it. So I hear you. I hear you.
Right. But the big problem with all of that was the PNM organize and they extend the people, contractor people who contract was still going into a year and all them thing, year and a half, 2 years, and they extend all the contracts of the PNM appointed contractors to go into till 2028, 2029, not leaving the opportunity for the new government to organize and make sure that their people also benefit from the political spoils of their hard work. Kamala, them can't talk like this. I could talk like this.
Yes, and I understand. And and trust me, I am in agreement with you. Let me make that clear with your take on this. Fully, right? Because I think it was a work of a miscreant, mischievous, to extend contracts knowing fully well there is a possibility that you may lose the election. All that I saw that election being lost long time. And because they created this confusion. I remember some years ago, I think it was back in 1987, the outgoing president, my good friend, Sir Ellis Clark, appointed persons to board prior to the meeting office. Right? And the then Prime Minister, Mr. Robinson, raised a big issue with it. I think it's somewhat unethical, right, for persons to do.
But now your song, your songing different to that voice. No, there boy, the Pitbull jump. I say, but where this man come from? Saying the Pitbull ain't saying nothing. I said, no, I don't call this.
No. You remember, I tried to be specific.
Yeah. Well, all right.
That point in time.
So we clear the air on the contract. So we clear the air because you sound like you're in Tobago too, eh?
No, I'm in Trinidad.
You're in Trinidad, but you're born Tobago.
My mom and my wife were never from Tobago, but I'm from Trinidad.
Well, yeah, heritage really Tobago. Right.
Yes, we originated from Mariah.
Right. So Kamala and the new government, Anne Brown, they say don't call her Kamala. So let me say
Miss Bissessor.
Yeah, Miss Bissessor or Auntie Kamala.
Yes, you must give some level of respect.
Yes.
Regardless of who the office holder is, huh?
Yes.
Because the little church sometimes are listening.
Nah, but I couldn't say Mr. Rowley, partner. Or Doctor. I don't say Rowley.
No, partners.
But he was wicked.
I will not brief for the brother.
All right, but he was a wicked man. But he
must be given the respect.
No,
maybe in your eyes.
Oh God, you're getting somebody respect.
So much him, the office holder, the office he hold.
Yeah, but he come like stale milk. He spoil the office, and you still want to drink the milk. If you see the office get spoiled,
I don't drink milk. I am quite happy on the pension I receive and my national insurance and other annuities. So I don't look for anything.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Enough.
I'm talking about Rowley. You tell me still give Rowley the respect.
Yes,
because of his
he
office.
was an office holder. The office holder, we respect the office holder. We could say, like, when we're talking outside, the man is a dog, it is back. But when people are listening, and especially on your platform, you have a wide listenership, because I tell you, I didn't even realize that. Yesterday I'm going to the channels with my wife and I say, hey. I said, but is Andy? And then I see Lennox Smith. I say, hey, I didn't do that. Right? I didn't realize they have a program coming over the television.
Yeah,
right?
we're going to be bigger than us now. I
right,
something, my God tell me we're going to be back on radio just now too. My God tell me we're going to be on other television stations too. My God tell me something.
Right.
I know.
Because as I tell you, I used to listen to you sometimes on, oh gosh, this station is by Amar station.
Yeah, Amar, yeah.
But I stopped hearing it, and when I turn, because I turn, and then I said,
I'm out on PNM. That was one day. That was one day. It turned PNM.
Well, Shogda Saba saying, as Kaiso is saying that, who they think going to win, and you know what I mean? They have no loyalty to anyone. Right? It's not a question of that.
Well, all right. So
right? But it was nice that we cleared the understanding, right? And it's, as I said, if it is, you felt offended, because my interaction with you whenever I call has always been positive, right?
No, but you but you ought to be fair to me too, eh? You ought to be fair to me too, right? And Lennox Smith, I want Lennox Smith listen. Too, while because Lennox Smith is on, and let me Lennox Smith listen. He and all will understand why I call you and why I tell you don't do me that. You test my credibility.
Well,
and
I say, my friend, if that is the case, I humbly apologize to you.
All right, but listen. But why listen, because what Lennox Smith to judge what it is he said, but now you're talking different, and I like that. They ain't give me nobody responsibility.
As I said again, Mr. Smith does not have to make a judgment here.
How?
I already apologize.
All right.
For whatever I said, which may have offended you, based on the manner in which I would have said it. Right? But you cannot think about what you have said, but you could apologize and correct things going forward. The spoken word.
You're good. So I look forward for because I ain't seen my government, this UNC, this Kamala Prasad Bisasa government doing nothing like Rowley them, for you to say, Andy Bullock they're doing this, and they ain't saying nothing, they ain't gonna do nothing for me to have to say nothing.
It's not in comparison to what Dr. Rowley and his government do. It's what ever is done now, which I think it is not in the best.
Well,
it has nothing to do with it, because I'm not playing tick for tack here, or them did this, or we did do this, and them did that. No. I don't go along that line.
All right.
I don't go along that line at all. Because it's the same reason why we removed that government, the previous government, is because what they were doing, in some instances, were blasted wrong, damn well wrong. So we don't want somebody who we bring into office to say, well, them did this so we can do it. And we didn't talk about that. I talk about anything. I'm accused of being a UNC.
Oh, well, all right.
And anybody who knows me perfectly well, I am not aligned to no political party.
Well, all right. None. I go on there. Let me bring him a co-host there one time. I still want my co-host.
Thank you.
My co-host, he apologized, but I still want you to hear what my brother here, who don't support no political party, said that make the Pitbull angry this morning. I had to call him out. Yeah, and I hear a woman in the background. Laughing. When he says something and in the background a woman laugh. I say, oh God, and you have a woman in the background laughing at me too. Yeah, let me play it for Lennox. You could look on the TV to hear yourself. I go on.
Right.
Yeah, I go on. Lennox Smith, I'm playing that, and then you could say mornings. Listen, but he changed his mind and he says sorry. And I'm happy that he apologized. Listen to what he said.
Andy, good morning. It's years I communicate with you on this forum. Right? One of the things you and I discussed years ago, and I asked you, when the UNC come back into office, and they're doing wrong, or they committed some ill, if you will call them out, and you said yes. as it relates to this Independence Parade cancellation, it cannot be correct. And don't use no smoke screen to talk about the security of the nation as a threat, and the Prime Minister and the President are a threat. If that is what you're saying, it means that you have no confidence in the security forces. None. Because if it is the Prime Minister, the Chief Justice, the President, and everybody at one location, and you are saying that it's a threat, it's a security threat, and if that will be the case, they will not be secured, then it does not speak anything or speak much for the Army, the Defense Force combined, I should say, and the police service. That Queen's Park Savannah is our iron curtain days before the Independence Parade. So don't give me that. You want to cancel the Independence Parade for whatever reason? Okay, but don't tell me nonsense. That is equal to peeing on somebody and telling me rain falling. That is madness. Right? I'm surprised that you, Andy, I'm not surprised somebody called us, because I couldn't care less about which party win or which party win. I told you so years ago. But I'll ask you this, and the others, if it is the PNM was in power, God forbid, and Dr. Rowley or whoever is the political leader, maybe Prime Minister, took that decision, what would have been their take on it?
Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you. Because he said me and the others.
As well, my friend.
Yeah.
A pleasant good morning to you as well. Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Yes, indeed. Of course, a pleasant good morning to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central, in Trinidad, our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are, streaming on the World Wide Web, a pleasant good day to you. Yes, this is the Tuesday edition of the Ground Report. And as usual, controversial, but very informative, interesting, and indeed, we like, of course, to put things in particular perspective so that a greater understanding of the national as well as non-national issues can be well accommodated in people's mind. That being as it may, let me hear what you wanted to ask me.
Well, I played the clip.
Yes, I heard it, but
he apologized. He apologized. Right, but he apologized and all those various things. But what I watched that, and I'm glad that I went through, while some people will say, well, I didn't have to go through that. I had to go through that because the Ground Report credibility were on the line there. Because he said, Andy, you and the others, meaning Lennox Smith and Mickie, that we said that if ever the government change and UNC is to be doing nonsense like Rowley and all of them, that we will pull the UNC to order. My point to he was the UNC doing nothing wrong. If they decide to cancel the thing based on whatever national security reasons, it's for them to do it just like how they ain't doing nothing wrong if they call a state of emergency or don't call a state of emergency. They know why they do it. They ain't doing nothing wrong. It ain't no wrong and right in a government making a decision based on those matters that are before we here now. Especially given reasons.
It is clear that he has an opinion on the matter, on the particular subject, but vicariously attempting to, of course, put us in the situation where we must agree with that. And that is not the case. Yesterday, we did, in fact, ventilate, and we did address a number of issues relating to that, including, of course, the security matter. And I don't think that decision reached the standard that one can say that they are wrong. No, it doesn't. I concur with that. It does not meet that standard. If it is something of a corruption nature that, of course, is very visible, or even if it is one that it is ambiguous and can be, of course, be justifiable, then fine. But that is the standard in terms of wrong. I would expect somebody who have been listening to us and who have been taking copious and diligent notes as to where we are in terms of our position, and therefore impugning our integrity unnecessarily. I think you did well to make sure that the issues are ventilated in such a way, and our position, of course, is very clear. I too am of the view that that does not meet what he would have been interested in, does not meet the standard for which we consider to be something that was wrong as far as the decision making of the present administration is concerned. It was and is a security matter, and I'm more convinced now because I did some in-depth. I got up about 2:00 this morning, and I did some. I read almost all of the articles relating to the issues that would have led to the postponement of the parade, not the holiday, the parade, and of course other matters that would cause a large section of the decision makers in the country to be in the same place at the same time, including, of course, the president. And therefore, when I heard that $2.8 million is a bounty on the head of the current Minister of Defense, and then, of course, some 3 or 4 officials of government, both ministers and non-government ministers, have been threatened and, of course, credibly indicated by, and we have no choice but to accept what the police, the titular and the legal entity with responsibility for the security and the peace of Trinidad and Tobago is reposed in terms of protection. Then I believe that given all of the circumstance, that if the government decides to make a decision, clearly all of that information would have reached both the government itself and the National Security Council, and so of course a decision was made ultimately by the Prime Minister. Go ahead.
So we agree
yes.
with the government. Yes. Nice.
Yes.
Oh boy, what up from everybody? Meanwhile, all the lines are up now. No, we start a little late, but
quite a number of issues. Of course, the opposition is at it again. Imsworth, of course, at this point in time, he has said that the excuse for foreign exchange or warning, of course, the present minister is a bit convoluted. I really didn't understand what he was saying.
Well, all right. So then, if you don't understand, how you will make we understand if you don't understand what Imsworth was saying?
Well, that is what I want you to know, that I don't understand.
Well, then I will not understand.
So therefore, I cannot. He's talking about it, but I don't understand his argument. So therefore, that is the position that I've taken on the matter. That is what I want to convey.
Right, but before you go to the next one, go ahead, Mommy Roadbrook.
Hi, good morning, gentlemen. Here we are again another day. Andy, I've asked the question over and over and I can't get the answer. No. What the hell is wrong with the people in this country? We have a government that we voted for a couple months ago, right? They have the authority to do what has to be done in this country. But every time the UNC make a decision about anything, is an ongoing bacchanal at all. No respect for this government. You understand? We had a government for 10 years, 10 years ago, who mashed up this place. All you rewind and remember all the things that PNM did to this country and the people of this country for 10 years. It had any protest? It had any march? TNC3 was bringing it every day? TV6 was bringing it every day? No. Everybody keep quiet when evil was taking place in this country. Everybody keep quiet when destruction was happening in this land. You understand? And now the people, the good people who want to live better and a better life and a better country, change the government. All you're terrorizing this government every day. We fed up of it because this is a straight case of terrorism. You understand? I am understanding this morning that they have some bounty on Kid Kadisha Amin, on Padarat, and on Wayne Sturge. Let me tell you this now. This ain't no time for such a stupid, senseless old talk, eh? This is serious business, yeah? Because all who talking, if they have anybody threatening their life or their family lives, they would like that. They will sit down and take it. This ain't just all talk, you know. It's terrorists we're dealing with. It's criminals we're dealing with. It's gangsters we're dealing with. You understand? And when you're dealing with these people, talking ain't the action, you know. But I will want to tell all the government, I want to tell the government and all the ministers and all who are being threatened, I want to tell them just like what Pandit they tell them. Do them before they do all you. Yeah, because this situation, we have to fight fire with fire. Too much talk and too much disrespect for a good government. And we're not taking it, you understand? Plenty of them, they know what they're into. They know what they want to continue, you understand? They must eating ham, lamb, and jam, getting money, millions and billions for destruction. And the man on the ground, the ordinary law-abiding citizen, was getting nothing. And that is what they want to continue. They want the man on the ground who was getting nothing to continue getting nothing. And they want to continue getting the millions and billions. What these PNM people fighting for to get back in government or to mash up the government for? They were serving the useful purpose. Why all you so don't want the UNC to be there? Why all you so hate the UNC? Why all you wouldn't let these people govern in peace? The only time we have peace in this country when we have a government is when these bandits and PNM in government. They're doing evil and they are left alone. Nobody attack them. Nobody challenge them. Because everybody on the top who's supposed to do it becoming millionaires and billionaires. And the ones on the ground who looking for a better life, who looking for a better country, they every day, these people terrorizing the law-abiding citizens. Let me tell you this now. People all decide if all you want a better country and all you're going to stand with this government, if all you see something, all you hear something, and all you know something, say something. Because let me tell all you this now. When these gangsters overthrow this government and take over, although that we know they can't do, let me tell you, all you're talking about no independence, all you will have not only independence parade, all you will have no Christmas, all you will have no carnival, all you will have nothing, all you might even have all your life. Because you see, all of them who determined to get rid of Kadisha and Barry and all of them is the ones who looking for things for themselves, not for Trinidad and Tobago, not for all you understand? And ministers, I hope the ministers will have 24/7 protection, you hear? And the protection, all you have legal guns and all you have legal bullets, you understand? Use it. Enough is enough. Because the ones with the illegal bullets and the thing, they're terrorizing people. Let me tell you this now. Everybody think about all yourself and think about all your family. They're terrorizing our government. They want to overthrow our government. Yeah, let me keep it real. They ain't going to succeed because this government is no sorry people. You understand? But it's like Jesus Christ had said, tell me for which one of my good deeds are you crucifying me for? I want all the haters, all the gangsters, all the criminals, all you tell me for which one of UNC good deeds that they are trying for since 100 days ago. Tell me for which one all you're crucifying them for. All you're crucifying them for the good deeds, you know. All you want to crucify them because they're too good. They mean business. And all you want to continue with all your low-life, gutter-rat behavior. But let me tell you, listener, all of we here, we're watching the back. And it's not going to continue. You understand? We're going to fight fire with fire. And this government was voted in for 5 years. They now start. And let me tell you this. They ain't going nowhere before the 5 years. And when the 5 years up, you're going to extend the time. So all you fatten all your crease. Enough is enough. Criminals, enough. There's no way that evil can continue to roam and rule over good in this country. We, the law-abiding citizens of this country, we want a better life for ourselves, our family, our children, our grandchildren. And guess what? We are going to pray for UNC. We are going to support them. We are going to stand up with them. We have a good commissioner of police, a good government. And Trinidad and Tobago going to have the change that we all want. All you're not going to get through with all your evil enough. All you had enough. Take all the money all you have. All the money, all your thief, all your underhand money, and go from here. Blessings, people.
Oh boy. Lucky Lal say full respect to this female caller. She is well informed. Love for contribution. Echo for us is saying, Andy, we need unity. We need to bring people home The PNM, we need to bring people home, meaning he's trying to say, bring the 1 or 2 PNM people home. The PNM did a number on their brains. It will take a while to change them. Nick say nobody ain't want to talk about all these gangsters running around courtesy the PNM. All of them studying is parade and fireworks. I did see one thing there before because you had to give me the next you had to give me the next front burner Lennox Smith before I take a next call. I also see because not even this hour of the morning, 7 something, I could go back business place and get lunch. Get lunch served such as lentil peas, lentil rice and stew chicken with a green salad, drink of your choice. If I go anywhere this hour, there's only sada roti and baigan, pumpkin, bori. I don't get lunch, but I see Ann Munsami already done cook. After 7 in the morning, lunch done cook. Lennox Smith, when last, because boy, you know about lunch cooking, so early in the morning, lunch done cook. When last you come across, I know about that.
That's a rarity. That's a rarity. It's clear that is an old school tradition. I don't think you will get any young person, and let me qualify the age, maybe around 25, 26, even 30, the highest, would get up that early to do that kind of advanced preparation. Lunch being where we normally would have it.
So this new school and them Lennox Smith.
Kudos. That's a novelty that is appreciated.
Well, but this new school and them, the new school and them. So you telling me before they jump on the bus,
they ain't get up yet. Let the always say.
All right, but what about the ones?
7 now, they ain't get up yet.
All right, but what about the ones who getting up early because they don't reach the work in Port of Spain or the private work for 8 o'clock? I know long time. Parents, they used to get up early before they go to work. And I remember going to school, junior sec, and food done early before they leave to go to work. So your lunch already cooked before they go to work. So what young new time people, a modern person will get up, cook, and then go to work?
I think it's a habit that was practiced, and I want to say by the adult, by the old schoolers, that has now morphed into a cultural habit. That is to say that they will not wake up these young people at the time that they would get up. And so, because the younger members of the family continues to remain in bed when they would have become at that impressionable age, so when they would have become adults, they continue, of course, what they have grown accustomed to, and that is to stay in bed late. I think that has created it. And I argued some time ago, remember we had the shift school system, and I remember very distinctly trying to get some young people to work, get them into job opportunities. Just as what we are doing here now. And the major complaint, even of course those who would have been qualified, they had the 5 subjects and so on, and we get them into government jobs and so on. But the supervisors and the owners of these businesses will say invariably that they have a problem in the tardiness or these employees coming to work on time. And why? Because when they were going to school in that impressionable age, when they're supposed to be developing and preparing themselves for the world of work, there was no need for them to get up 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock, because they had to go to school for 12 o'clock. So we have had that, and we may be suffering from that apart from the other issue of the cultural shift
All
that
right,
was created by the very ones who are very productive, like the example that initiated this discussion.
Yes. And Sandy Jones says she already cook already. Somebody say breakfast shed. Echo of Horror say, Andy, all Lennox lunch, this be in a white box. I don't know, Lennox, the whole know area lunch has been a white box. There's only white box.
Well, if that person is at the breakfast shed, then I will expect that they too will be serving lunch in white boxes.
Caller, go ahead, caller. A pleasant.
Good morning, Andy, Lennox, Mickie, Newbie, and to everybody out there. Miss Woodbrook, well said. Which one of the sins it was crucifying him for, and which one of the UNC sins you're going to crucify Mrs. Pasabis as a for? Everything is a fault. Every single thing is a fault. When Rowley, I have to use the word. I was looking through my thesaurus and I'm not seeing another word for it, right? When Rowley was urinating on us and saying rain falling, it wasn't a problem. But you're coming to apply the same thing here? No, Mrs. Pasabis has never do anybody that. If it is that when Mrs. Pasabis and them were asking to debate the COVID since 2019, they said, no, it's not important. How many times we heard it? It's not important to debate, right? It's mild. It's merely mild. When she kept asking when we hit 2020, right? She kept asking, put off the carnival, but no, the cruise ship and them come in. We can't do it. And I kept telling everybody, oh, wait, have patience. Ash Wednesday, you go hear something. And so said, so done. Bright and early Ash Wednesday morning, we hear the country going on lockdown. Why? Why? Because suddenly the COVID blow up. Don't take your underwear again and make a mask, right? According to they are saying, don't take your jersey, don't take your bra, don't take these things and make a mask again. Get real mask. Oh, no. Don't use mask. Leave it for the medical people. We heard a lot of who shot John, right? Nobody said a word. Nobody said a word, Andy. Everybody complied, right? Why it is now, right? And I am hearing so much hogwash this morning. Why it is that we are hearing now, why she can't complain. But the lady told all you, but you see, you all are convenient. You all suffer from situational ethics and sanctimonious hypocrisy, right? I'm so vexed this morning, Andy. Let me calm down. Yes, sanctimonious hypocrisy. What stupid is you telling about the whole Savannah? They could call off and whatever, eh? Look what happened with the 1990 coup. Why they were doing it here, there, and everywhere. They didn't stay in one place. They set the destruction here, they set the destruction there. Right? And all they coming to tell us that all they don't believe, that all they see and all they hearing. What it is all they want to see? The proof in all their hand that they killed the man? That is what all they want to see. All they so hateful. All they so don't have sense. Come on, man. Come on. And these people are being encouraged, Andy and Lennox, by the PNM. They are being encouraged by Penelope. Don't ask a marvelous Marvin and Amy Brown and the whole set of them. I want to know. I want somebody to tell me, because we have a lot of intelligent people out there, how discarding the parade is disrespecting the president. Somebody please make it make sense now. Somebody please make it make sense. How is that being disrespectful? No, Mrs. Pasabis said never tell all to have all the fat and thing, you know. Right? She didn't demand that all they have they are proud fast, you know. She never did that, you know. It was a suggestion. Pray for the country. All you don't want to pray for the country. Go right ahead. There's still ban on the avenue. Go right ahead. Nobody's stopping all year. The holiday is still there. Why are you all acting so ignorant? Nobody's stopping all year. Go ahead. Have all your party. Let Penelope have one from right on Tranquility Street there, Stanmore Avenue, right in front of Balisay House. Only go. Right? Nobody's stopping all year. Why are they getting on so?
I saw something that says that they are going to hold some kind of ceremony, which suggests to me, based on the nature of the argument, that they'll have some kind of a match pass or something like that.
Well,
I wait and
right.
but it's
Lennox,
ridiculous, frankly.
The 19 of them could hold their own march pass. They could dress up in all the Balize colors and match up along Stanmore Avenue, Dragon Reed Road, wherever all they want to go.
Yeah. And
Nobody's
make some
stopping all
people
here.
plane, make some people plane on helicopters and fly all over the place.
And they could even put some kite and all. You understand? But the next thing is, Penny continue, Weak Belly continue to show what a loser she is. She's a loser. This lady coming to tell the government, talking to telling them about compensation for what all the farmers and them lose. This woman, like she was standing, I feel she was sitting inside the fridge for the last 9.7 years. She wasn't closing no fridge door,
What? Repeat that for me. What she
compensation
was complaining about?
For the farmers and them.
Oh, farmers. Okay.
So she want compensation
Lennox,
now when the pay them at 10 years to give the people the money. The pay them at the 10 years to give people the money on the land.
But all you remember when some of the farmers get $10?
Where they said that they was going to do it anyway. So Penny was not around. He was in the government to know that. Why make such asinine statement? But continue, Miss
I tell you, the lady was sitting inside the fridge, Lennox. She was sitting inside the fridge. She wasn't closing the fridge door. You remember when Jarrett Naran gave people $10 compensation? You never hear about compensation before the 28th of April. How many things these people lost, all the furnitures and everything. The people had to prove, they had to prove that those furnitures were their own and whatever, and it was new furnitures. They give these people hell, and you come in now to talk about compensation. I'm telling you, let me tell you something, The only thing to describe these people is that when they lost the elections, they fell into the sea of righteousness and received their halos and wings, and all their sins have been wiped clean, and they are now living the life of saints, right? They are trying to live the life of saints to make people feel that they are so good, but they are nobody. Thanks a lot, Andy, and have a good one.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, next caller.
Clearly is more an aspiration than anything else. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, Andy, Professor Andy, and to Lennox and to Mickie Kerr. Now, this is Diego Martin, and I have some questions, serious questions for the PNM to answer. First one, why they did not close off the investigation into the 28,000 ammunition missing from the Defense Force. I saw an article on the newspaper two or 3 days ago that I found it surprising and confusing. Ammunition is a costly thing. Now, juxtapose that to what the police intelligence a year, 18 months ago. 12,000 illegal firearms are circulating. Now, if you have 12,000 illegal firearms circulating, you need ammunition for it. Now, we know that we have simulated fireworks in certain areas probably every week. That is what we call the high-powered rifles being shot up into the air all over the place. Now, if we say ammunition is a costly thing, do you believe a criminal will basically spend so much money for ammunition that he wasted it to intimidate other gangs? No. He has to be getting it somewhere. This 28,000 ammunition, somebody has to tell us factually if they really accounted for it. If they accounted for it, as the gentleman in the army say, they use it for shooting range, then he has to tell us how much spent ammunition during the shooting range was there, and how we juxtaposing that to say that the audit fines, everything is all right. Because if you go down to the range and use 100 ammunition, then you will get the spent shells to corroborate the usage of it. The other thing, what is frightening.
Right, but before you move from that, you are so correct, caller. Based on many of the murders, just on many of the murders and them that we see, the spent shell is marked defense force. Jump high, jump low. If it is themselves and them just using on the range, we wouldn't be seeing defense force marking on the spent shells of murders, mass murdering in this country. Obviously, there is people within the defense force that is selling ammunitions to the rogue elements out there. And it can never be somebody small doing it, because somebody small will get catch. So it have to be somebody of high position within the defense force that is making money off of selling ammunitions and are being protected somehow or the other.
All right.
Go ahead, caller.
Let us continue on that discussion. We have a situation where Maduro, and I'm calling it recently biased, playing pious and holding people who they allege trafficking thing, right? You said 4 Trinidadians and a Trinidad person. And that Trinidad person is linked to the North Coast gang. Remember a fellow named Sandman and Sandbag or something like that? So it appears that the Trinidad has taken over that North Coast thing. So that's where the syndicated group of people trying to destabilize. The regiment lost 28,000 ammunition. To me, that is a big hole in the defense force firepower. I remember I tell you all in 1990, if we have another situation at 1990, can the regiment mitigate it? Do they have the firepower to go after the people who want it, or they have a vacuum? So that is the critical thing there. So we have to be ready to see what is happening. The leadership of as the article 2 days ago, of the Defense Force, the Coast Guard, has been undermined. You have all sorts of things that I think Amark Bassan said. Juxtapose that with the TTPS, the same thing with the hierarchy, the promotion. So there is somebody pulling the string to destabilize the hierarchy of our national security. Juxtapose that to KCR dismantling the SSS. Connect that to the SS. Who is trying to destabilize that? I am putting it on the back burner. Maduro and his associates in Trinidad. And we know who is the associates in Trinidad. One of them used to be flying about 35 times to Venezuela. You're doing a Congo line with all of that. That is to destabilize the country. And people have to understand that. Let us go back to the
last point. Go ahead.
Let us go back to the North Coast gang. During the last 10 years, you have a lot of development there. You have a lot of big houses painted in white, which simulate, you know why they simulate? A lighthouse, to give you an idea where to drop off things. So the police intelligence has to go back there and review all the constructions. In the night, if you have a white building, you could use that as a coordinate to drop off your thing. I go on and say no more. It is frightening. It is.
Thank you very much. Next caller, pleasant good morning to you.
Oh, good morning to the rugby force. How everybody going?
Yeah, we going good.
People have a problem, but
they must be go friend.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, Tobago.
Some years ago, my father sent some money and told me to open it on the term name. They call it the child sample. People like to get all about that money.
Wait, talk in the phone, because I ain't hearing you clear at all. I hear you clear, but basically, where you talking the phone where we can hear you. I hear some years ago your father tell you to put
some money.
Oh, your father tell you
money. My father gave me some money.
Yeah.
And tell me to open my name before he died. Mm-hmm. You know I should tell about that money.
When I went in the bank the first time to open the account, I was telling the woman I wanted on a 6 deposit. She said, no, put it on a child star account. Now, I opened the account on my 2 children name. You know, yesterday when I went to find out about that money, they tell me at how one of the account had my name on it and the bank clean, the money clean, the money's only at $15. And the next one, they say, they can't tell me how much it have, but one of the accounts have $15. The one with my son name, who was going to school, right? They clean that account. I want to know what I want to ask Lennox what to do.
Yeah, but wait a minute. So how much money you put to open this children account or this account, and how many years after you gone back and all the money gone?
Well, how much money my father gave me was $1,000. He told me to put it on. He sent $2,000, one for my daughter and one for my son.
Right. So you put 1,000 by 1,000, and you leave it there to grow.
Right.
You leave it there for it to grow.
Yeah. Because they said as far as the children growing, the money will go too. And when I go in the bank, yes, I forget all about that money. And yes, I said, let me go and find out. They tell me that it closed in a year time, and the next one have my name on it. I said, but how come I have my name on it? It's supposed to be my son because it's a child star account. I said, the woman tell me, as fast as the children grow, the money growing to them. So I want to know what happened. So I said, let me ask.
So Lennox, what is the advice? Years ago, he opened a child star account. He put 1,000 each on the 2 children, born the girl. They say when the children growing, the money will grow too. So yesterday, for the first time in all those years, he going back to Republic Bank to thinking, well, the children and them grow. So the money grow. He say he won a $15 and one to the next one.
It diminished. It diminished. It diminished. All right, but let's get serious. I have a case like that right now that I'm dealing with. A 70-something-year-old woman. Her husband died and left some monies for her in a special account at Republic Bank. I'd like to know what bank it is as well. And
he says he's saying Republic Bank, Lennox.
Right, good, beautiful.
Go ahead.
And when we went, I went with her, and the attendants, so those who they said they're doing a search, when they look, they said that it appears that they can't find the account at all. $100,000 I'm talking about here. Yeah, $100,000. And so they say that give them some time to check and so on. But what I've done instead, there is the banking ombudsman, and I raised the matter with the banking ombudsman. I would suggest that you do the same to caller. There's that office is situated in the financial towers, the twin towers, and lay your case there, and then of course we'll see how things move from there. But I think you should go there once you have the proper documentation, etc. As this lady has. The Republic Bank, in my particular case that I'm pursuing, have acknowledged that the documentation that she has in her possession was in fact Republic Bank document, but of course FinCorp was a department that they have closed down for some time. So they are suggesting that somehow either the money would have gone to central bank or something like that. Some kind of, as far as I'm concerned, cock and bull story trying to evade, of course, responsibility. So that's the place we are. The next step, of course, after the ombudsman, that's a cheap way. Well, you have to get a lawyer and treat with that if you believe that on principle, because the sums that you're talking about should be relatively large because you expect it to go. So you have to calculate, having regard to the age of the children or the age of the account, so to what you would expect that would have been in the accounts by now. So that's up to you. But I think the easiest way right now is to communicate with the financial ombudsmans located at the Twin Towers or where the central bank is.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Have a blessed morning.
If you want
Thank you
some
very
help,
much.
I will, free of charge, I am prepared, of course, to make myself available.
Have a blessed morning. Thanks.
Yes, the same to you. Yes. Andy?
Yeah, later. Thanks.
And I suspect that there may be others who are in a similar situation, having, of course, reposed and their confidence in the financial institution that they expect will at least be sincere.
So you
and
are saying all of those individuals, Lennox Smith, need to go to the banking ombudsman. All right, let's take, so all of you that go through that experience there, well, I don't know how, but Lennox people were checking out for is 100 and something thousand, and they said they instead of finding the account. So, whoa, maybe how many people experiencing that? Go ahead, next caller. Good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Barapo here.
Go ahead, Barapo.
That man like he open my calling me input account or what? That is the only account that don't grow and money just disappear. So he had a in open my calling input account for each other and them. Because that account will remain short and money just disappear from your account. That's the problem we hear. So that's an easy fix. You just go and tell them here what? Already open my input account for me. I want to change that and get back my money. I want back the money to get tall. So you see people, simple thing. Andy, let me tell you something. Yesterday I watched, I suffer through it, but I listened a little bit to that press conference that they have there. Who really is the leader of the opposition right now? Because every time Penelope Beckers opens her mouth and she say, start a sentence, before she could say 2 words, either Ember jump in and cut she off, or the Lion Queen jumping in and cutting she off. The lady can't talk, she can't bring out her point, and she so like a lamb afraid to say, hey, or let's stay quiet, they're not rowdy, that's buffet, hey, shut up now, behave yourself. Like, she afraid to even tell them anything. And the amount of rubbish, disgrace. So I thought we wouldn't have, they couldn't get worse than how they was in government, but being in opposition, they're 10 times worse. And they're talking about Independence Parade. I look Amory Brown, what he was wearing for the Emancipation Day. I said, but wait now, like this man put on one of his wife dress or some kind of thing and parade in the place. When you're wearing them kind of garments, especially male, you gotta have a certain type of physique. You gotta have a big belly, you gotta be strong, you gotta be powerful, like how them African leaders have. You know, you don't be thin and like a little girl and then put on a halter back thing and expect to fit your role. I was so embarrassed and ashamed. I wonder if this man, wife or something, didn't see what he was wearing before he leave the house and gone out with a parade himself as a Emancipation Day. And then them talking about they want to have they want to have Independence Day parade. Boy, let me tell you something. Ladies, people, and just talk and make themselves look more and more dotish every day. Don't have no dialogue or rebuttal or anything for what they say. Just let the population, their own supporters, look at them and watch and see how dotish and how illiterate these are people who are representing them. It's so embarrassing to know that, okay, if I vote for PNM and have people like them representing me, and every single day coming up with the most illiterate, dotish kind of argument to say why they're them better than the government.
You know, normally you sound very, very clean. You're sounding clean, but somehow your words ain't coming out clear.
Well, Andy, right now on a 150-mile road trip across 2 states. So I just listening. Only keeping me awake. And I just pumping right now. Roads upon roads upon roads, and no pothole against no pothole and no pothole.
All right.
You understand? All right, y'all. Take it right. Have a good morning. Later.
All right. Go ahead, next caller, morning.
Hi, good morning, Andy.
Yes, good morning, Mandy. Good morning, Lennox. Go ahead.
Lennox, Mike,
Good morning.
Trinidad and Tobago, Pity Valley calling. Well, everybody, I did not watch the press conference. During the news time, you get a bit of it. And like Stephen Rees asked this morning, did Penelope Beckers ask Manning about Mr. Big? People remember Mr. Big? Manning said he knew who Mr. Big was. After how many years? Nothing about Mr. Big. Then came Colin Imbert talking about the Republic Bank cut the amount of foreign exchange on your credit card or whatever. How many times under Colin Imbert did not only Republic Bank, that the banks in Trinidad cut the amount of your U.S. money on your credit card? Colin Imbert never said anything about that. I want to know if this is how they're behaving now. How are they going to run the country? I would think by now they would be telling you their plans, what they have for the future, to get rid of CPEP contractors, all of that, and to run the country. But instead of that, every day is Kamala. She wants to find out from Kamala why Kamala ain't doing this. She wants to find out from this one. She wants to find out from that one. So, this is how we go. My final point is, I see Mark Bassan have resurfaced again. 2010 to 2015, almost every day, Mark Bassan had a story. Nobody was ever locked up, nobody never jailed, nobody nothing. But he resurfaced again. He exposing. You know, all what was happening in CPEP, Mark Bassan never talk about it. All the CPEP contractors, all the corruption, all the everything. You never hear a word about Mark Bassan. So Mark Bassan is on the go again. Thank you very much. Hello, one final thing. Santa Cruz, congratulations. I keep forgetting, but congratulations on your appointment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, let me see if it has any cause. If not, it have a next front burner that can be raised by Lennox Smith. Yes. Oh boy. Oh my gosh.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Ground Report. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Blessed morning, everybody. This is Mike Williams from Toronto. Andy, it's still amazing to me that every morning I get up so early to see your program, and I am hoping people will just be so enraged at the PNM government because they steal all the money. That is my biggest front burner. People calling in and talking about Independence Day. The government already made the decision, so really and truly the fact is it doesn't matter the opinions, whatever people think, whether it shouldn't be cancelled. It's cancelled already. So let us move on. We should be talking about all these people who take the money and living big now and holding press conference all over the place and still fooling people. This is what should be on people's minds. We, as Trinidadians, should all be in a better place because we had the money and somebody steal it from us. This should be what is making Trinidad and Tobago upset, not Independence Day and not what the government not doing and doing. It should be about what the PNM did to you. If you want to have bad mind towards something, have bad mind towards your PNM government. For how many years they've stolen everything, not developed the country. Your children who were young and grow up not having proper education, not having proper jobs now. All that is because of the PNM. Education should have been tops in the country with the money we had. the medical system when your older family have to go line up for 8 hours and then not get medication. That is what you should be mad about. All this stuff was created by the PNM to enslave the people. And people still talking about Independence Day and that the Prime Minister not doing anything. They should be ashamed of themselves to be calling in, because a lot of these people who calling in is people who will be, I heard it on one program, be driving somewhere and throw the garbage out the window. You know? See a little grass in front of your house, as the Prime Minister say, and don't cut the grass. We have to have pride in ourselves first before we start complaining about anything else, people. I'm sorry to let you all know the reality of it is that we're wasting our time and energy in Trinidad and Tobago on talking about the wrong things that don't matter. The gentleman that called in and say he don't have water this morning for weeks. The system may not be able to be up and running to get him that water, but these are the things that matter in the country. And we need to keep backing the Prime Minister. We voted in the Honorable Kamala Prasad and her cabinet. And they're gonna fix the place. It's gonna take time. We should be grateful for that. We should have a day of gratitude for the UNC having the opportunity to fix the country. The PNM break this country. And I was recently talking to some of my friends and I said, if this PNM government, the way they were stealing everything, they were borrowing money internationally, stealing it out. If they had the opportunity, they would have devalued the Trinidad dollar, because that would have made them have more opportunity to steal more from people. People realize how lucky they come to losing everything in Trinidad because of this government. Trinidad couldn't endure another 5 years of the PNM. I think God gave the people of Trinidad the wisdom to vote them out. And because God care about the people in Trinidad and Tobago. God love everybody. But God ain't gonna let the country just get destroyed like that. That's why the PNM is no more. And we need to have gratitude for that and celebrate a day of gratitude for the UNC government and Ms. Kamala Prasad.
Good morning, Andy. If that had happened, if Rowley was in power, everybody would have been saying, "Hail Rowley, hail Rowley." They would not have said a word about.
Go ahead, Malcolm X. Go ahead, Malcolm X. Morning, caller, morning.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Andy.
Yes, morning,
Lennox.
Malcolm X.
Morning, Mickie K. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. This last speaker was speaking there. I'm so happy that point raised on that topic. The issue at Trinidad and Tobago really interested in right now is the mismanagement of that 10 years of our public post. They cannot answer for all these big buildings that they build, and they wasn't fixing the hospital, and wasn't fixing education, they wasn't fixing national security. And would we spend 5 years going down the drain here in Inbert and them having press conference, Awari, and all of them talking, and nobody in holding accountable for the mismanagement of the public posts? That don't happen no part of the world. When we will get serious dealing with the corruption and the crime and the mafia in this country, it's time we start to bring people to justice. I know they might be investigating it, because Rowley said 10 years he was investigating to bring in Interpol and bringing this one with the UNC government, with the thieving and with the this. Are we going down that road all the days of our life, that people not answering, not being held for mismanagement, corruption, and misuse of we funds, but we seeing one set of people get rich, one set of people just building and doing all kind of things, and the poor keep getting poorer. And now you telling me the CPEP workers, the this workers, is only one set of people we have in this country. Trinidad and Tobago, when I listen to the man who represented the nurses talking about shutting down the ward and if we had to get locked up because we short staff and we this 10 years ago, 10 years, we were short staff in the hospital. All you wasn't looking to shut down the ward. It remind me of when the NAR was in power and the police and them march round the Red House. Like it's only when a different government who trying to uplift the country, everybody is get power and strength. You couldn't do that for the 10 years. Look how long hospital short staff. Look how long doctors going in the private office and telling. Just imagine a woman went on the boat and said they tell she $30,000 to do she eye surgery. Eh? A doctor in the hospital sending she to her friend to do it for 30. The woman says she needs about 30 cents. And that gone down the drain. It's time doctors have to answer for what they're doing and take away the license. I mean to say we can't expect Miss Camilla, the Prime Minister, to do everything in one day. But just how they could make a stand to say no parade, no fireworks, we supposed to take a stand for mismanagement and corruption of these Venezuelans with these set of guns in this country. I appeal to Trinidad and Tobago, please let us stand up, right? When the pushback was protesting, Andy, and when we was going by DPP and all about the nurses representative wasn't coming out to talk about short staff. But all on a sudden, because we have a new government, everybody have power to come out now. Everybody know where they want. The person, everybody know where they want. And when Rowley and them was there, nobody wasn't saying nothing. Boy, God bless Trinidad, boy.
Oh boy, Lennox. What is the next? Yes.
Well, based on all of the concerns that was expressed just earlier, I want to say that I can now relate to you and, of course, the listenership and the viewership, the confusion that I would have had with the convoluted statement made by Imbert, and to, of course, put it in perspective, because he said that it was asinine to have to suggest that they postponed the March past because of security risks. And he said that it will be almost 1,000 persons with guns and so on in the savannah.
Yeah, but no, they're exaggerating.
Yeah, I'm telling you, gone mad. And yeah, he is in, of course, cognitive and intellectual and cerebral decline. Because he's saying that all these people with guns, how these people could feel that their lives are threatened. I mean, let's face it, in all practicality, some of those guns usually may not even have a bullet in it. It's just there for show because it's a march past and it's a traditional thing. That's one. But two, you expect all of them, if something untoward should take place, let's say, God forbid, let's say a bomb is placed inside of that in the grandstand, for example, that those 1,000 guns will have any use. I mean, common sense. That's why I told you that I just don't understand what he's saying. But more importantly, at that press conference, the leader of the opposition said that was told that, of course, Sturgis, the Minister of Homeland Security, he was threatened on 2 occasions that there were unidentified vehicles marking his entourage, if you want to call it that. And then at the same time, too, on one occasion, stones were thrown and hit the vehicle. And then, in addition to that, there were security threats as well. And as I said, $2.8 million bounty on his head. And then, of course, we have another situation where, because of those persons who may be engaged in illegal quarrying in the constituency that he happened to represent, the question was asked by Gonzalez. Well, is it because he didn't want the job in the first place, he didn't want to be a minister, whether or not it had to do with his past engagement as a criminal attorney? And the Prime Minister should, of course, relieve him of that burden because he didn't want the job in the first place.
Who's saying that?
Who said
that?
Gonzalez.
When he said that
I tell
last
you,
night?
Is a cadre.
Yeah, but when he said that last
I
night?
wouldn't even say conspirators, but a cadre of nincompoops.
Right, but when Gonzalez said that,
yesterday in a press conference.
So Marva Gonzalez said that.
Yeah, he made mention of that, but more significant. Listen to this one very carefully. The question was put to the present leader of the opposition, Penelope Beckles, as to whether or not Monroe, the former representative for that particular constituency, whether or not his life was threatened by those elements that would have been there. And I'm saying so because you and I, and the ground report reported on those unsavory elements that would have been, of course, engaged in illegal quarrying and so on, and therefore part and parcel of the criminal elements. And she said that she is unaware that whether or not his life would have been threatened. Well, I want to tell her now, that is so because Monroe had taken a hands-off position on those matters. We had brought those matters to his attention, and he was nonchalant. He was unengaging. He never paid attention. While, of course, at the same time, the benefits to be derived, at least for those members of that constituency, continued, of course, to be plundered and to be frittered away. And we were talking about, and I think you mentioned it as well, where they should have some kind of security apparatus, where the amount of gravel and gravel material and other elements like that should have some kind of reward or returns for the community, and there should be way bridges, for example, and all of that in order to make certain that people do not extract these minerals without some benefit coming back to the community, or indeed, by extension, to the coffers of Trinidad and Tobago. But what we know for a fact is that the former representative took a hands-off position on that matter. I remember, and you would as well, when we had the situation with a so-called landowner who wanted to deprive and took action to stop persons on the beach in Toko, stop them from engaging in commercial activities. Remember that? And he gave us a sort of convoluted story, but that, of course, they are looking into it. But at the end of the day, our investigation showed that he never was sincere. So one could understand why either he or the current opposition leader is unaware as to whether or not he was threatened, and why the current person, the current holder of that position, I'm talking about Wayne Sturge, the Minister of Home Affairs, will be threatened because he has taken a stand. That is the big difference. He has taken a stand to do something about it and to disrupt that criminal enterprise that is exploiting, of course, the resources of that particular constituency without anything going into the coffers of the National Treasury or back into the people of that area, and of course making them more poor. So I think that is a big difference, Penny, and probably that is why you weren't aware, because the last government turned a blind eye to that development. And when the police would have taken action, remember that? When the police would have taken action against Warner, who is the good friend of the former Prime Minister Rowley, he got a slap on the wrist. And in a few, after he was charged for illegal quarrying, a matter that I'm sure is still before the courts, in a few days' time, he got a provisional permit or license to continue to, of course, extract minerals from that area. So therefore, what the last government, one can conclude, was doing is facilitating criminal conduct. Criminal conduct. They were part and parcel of it. So when the question was asked whether or not elements of political connection or connectivity would have been engaged, and trying, of course, to ascribe that scenario to the present administration, I think they better look in their own backyard, because that is where those are the facts pertaining to the illegal quarrying in that particular constituency. Let us not waste time. We know we have the facts, and that is why Monroe haven't taken, of course, a hands-off position, haven't taken a nonchalant position, haven't taken a blind eye to those developments. It means, therefore, now that this government is taking some serious measures to intervene and to disrupt that level of criminal behavior, you're seeing, of course, the parliamentary representative, who happens to be the Minister of Defense, who has to take decisions in that regard, is now being, of course, attacked, and his life is being threatened. And Imbert and them have no qualms in saying, let us continue with, of course, as if that ain't happening, and that his life is not being threatened, his and his family's life, and therefore we must still have the parade, as, of course, the present administration has, of course, said, no way we can have those situations because of the desperation and the gravity and the egregiousness of the situation. So let us not waste time. And so I think we have put things in perspective there once and for all, and there should be no more tithering or hesitance or toing and froing on that particular matter. The fact of the matter is that the last administration threw a blind eye to that development, and it behoves on this administration to arrest this scenario. And of course, what the repercussion is that you have stepped on certain people's corn, and so they are responding by, of course, the threat and the actual ability to execute violence, whether from the prison or whether from normal elements that may be outside of the prison.
Nice. Oh boy. So trying to make sure the lines are open. The numbers are called 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Give us a WhatsApp call or send a WhatsApp voice note at 366-3053, 366-3053. Oh boy, Lennox Smith dealt with the situation. What's on your front burner? What says thou? What's supposed to make news that not making news? Let me hear you all, man. Let me hear you all. Go ahead, caller.
Hello, good morning, Andy.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
Tunapuna here, fellas.
Go ahead, Tunapuna.
Right. Let me just say that Lennox made a complete, give a comprehensive report of what's happening in this country. Andy, and I want to make one to elaborate a little more point on it. Rohan Sinanan is one that should be questioned about the illegal quarrying. Because remember this, there was a mafia connection with the illegal quarrying, the contractors on them, and the road pavers and road surfacers and all these people who were getting contracts on Interbelly Road. In other words, they were taking our resources and selling it back to the state at an expensive price. Understand? So Rohan Sinan, all you have to be involved in that. But what is very strange, gentlemen, this government, from all angles, you could see that there is some element of threat of to destabilize this country and maybe, of a violent outburst or something that could result like, the 1990 and things like that. This government is putting everything in place to curb anything, to deal with any situation that may arise. But it seems that this opposition is perpetuating and is trying to fertilize something of this nature, to destabilize this country, to make this government look bad, and ready to cause some kind of revolution. Because all the things that you hear that they keep talking about, this government is very concerned about the crime situation and what have you in this, and how it will look at our local and international image and whatnot. And the PNM is advocating, in a way, that the government thing. Our main aim was to get rid of the PNM. That was our crime plan. And when Rowley come and talk about he's being thing by Interpol. Rowley, the next move is not Interpol. It will be the International Criminal Court that maybe you will have to face. I want to make a suggestion, Andy. Since they say that Christopher Columbus was a false narrative that discovered Trinidad and Tobago, and they removed his statue from downtown, I want to suggest that they could put Rowley, not a statue, but put Rowley in his place on that spot, so people could do all their nastiness around him, urinate, they could do what they could treat him with scorn and do him all of that, because he is the one that destroyed this country and have we in this predicament today. And I'll tell you why I'm saying this, Andy. You seen the genuine effort of this government to build back this country, to create some semblance of, respectability and sanity and whatnot. Because here I, Andy, I have in front of me, now Santa Cruz, you just want to criticize people when they quote from the newspaper and things. Madam, let me tell you something. Everybody have their views. And you can't be the one to dictate for people what they should do or what they should say and whatnot. Understand? You have your viewpoint and you go with that. And don't criticize people who make quotation from on the newspapers and what have you. And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that. Sunday Express, page 12. Touchstone raises $12.5 million US to restart drilling at Caspadura. You see what is happening? What this government is doing? Getting people to come and invest here. You also have ExxonMobil and all of them coming in here. And there's an article on the Express as well. Sunday, page 17, by economist Dr. Valmiki Arjun. Exxon return could see ease of forex crunch. The point I'm making is this, that we are doing everything possible to bring in people who didn't want to be part of this country, who fled this country as investors and whatnot. And this government is doing everything possible to attract foreign investors so that our economy could revive. Because he even went on to say that if this Exxon thing, it could be a kickstart for the foreign exchange and also to help boost the reopening of Petrotrin, the refinery. Understand? But you've seen everything that this opposition is doing is hell-bent on putting a negative twist on everything that the government is doing. And import on them fellas on them, because up to this date, all you cannot account for $3 billion import. All you can, look at this racket what's going on. This thing with the CPEP, $1.4 billion. It just goes to show that PNM have absolutely no issue or anything that could deal with the revival of this country. But all they would want to be just obstructionists to the government in their pledge to bring back this country to, some respectability and to make it investor friendly. Because all the things that they've got, the Prime Minister that they're going to do, is that they're going to change the rules of, to attract investors by giving tax concessions and all the thing and all the time delay that it takes for business to start up and all this kind of thing. So keep rolling. Well, you go on your way, but I'm telling you, it's coming to you, because you is the man responsible. I am saying this for the crime situation in this country, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that. This thing with Interpol is no ordinary thing, and they try to blame the UNC. It is because of your association with a narco trafficker in Maduro. Because yeah, why? The Americans and them, they closed down the the American border with Ecuador and Colombia and all them main transshipment point of drugs and illegal activities and whatnot. And you really failed. You had all the boats at the Sobel Bay pack up. America gave you radar system. They gave you small boats and to still peruse through the coastal area. And you didn't do nothing. You allow Venezuela and to come to Trinidad as a transshipment point for drugs and what have you. And this is what America they were watching. This is why they blacklisted you. And thank God that this government come into power. That the government, the American government, as you see, that this government is changing the whole image of how to do business and what they stand for. So, Rowley, you are the person that's responsible for all the drugs and the ammunition and things that pass through this country. Some remain here, but it was a transshipment point because of your failure to deal with these issues. So I want to tell Imbot and all of them, Penelope Beckles and all of them, the opposition in this time around is so totally irrelevant. And I want to, as I always say, I just hit it waiting. You see the banking sector and all of them, where they talk about mafia and whatnot, and those issues that Ole raised this morning. Prime Minister, please put Mr. Alaha, attorney at law, to deal with the banking sector. Read the riot act to them. It have no compromise because these people have ripped off this country and they were in cohort with the PNM government in fraudulent activities. I want to know now, if your young brother bank, who they take taxpayers' money, put it in his bank, and borrowing money from them at a higher interest rate. I want to know now, what is the situation? Is the state going to still borrow money from that bank? Or that bank going to become redundant and, sorry, it's going to go out of existence? We want to know all these conspiracy, all these things have to be revealed to the population. Because there was too much, Andy and Mickie and Lennox. Too much. That hidden agendas of the PNM on signing and, no transparency, no accountability. But strange enough, you're seeing everybody from the chamber and this and that and all who want transparency and accountability and whatnot. I want to know what happened to the Integrity Commission and all of them, Security and Exchange Commission and all of them. Why aren't they speaking out? Where's the judiciary, the law association with Lennox, Ibarra Street and all of them? This time around is a different dispensation, because the Prime Minister read the riot act. And I hope she put your foot down. And everybody who is from one thing, you could be from the 1%, the richest in this country, the big investors, the contractors and all of them, the Junior Sammy and the Kusal and all of them. I call a name, may hesitated. Deal with them. And unless we don't deal with them, we're going to continue in the same old. But as I say, Kamala Prasad says, hats off to you. You're taking the bull by the horn. You really riot act to your ministers on it. And the time has reached. The police commissioner, together with the DPP, all you have to get all your act together. And let me start to see some of them fellas and them in handcuffs. The Arawi, the Shochong, the Rowley, the Imbot, the Ruhan Senanan, and all of them. Who thief not billions, but hundreds of billions of dollars from this country. And somebody had to stand in the thing with forfeiture of assets, seize people wealth. All this legislation we passed in the parliament. And we later just go just so that it's on the statute book. No, we have to implement it, put it into effect, and start to go after this. Because you don't catch big fish in an aquarium. You catch a big fish in the sea. And we have plenty big fish here that we could catch. So unless we decide to go with that in a serious way, because as I'm telling you, Andy, this government is hell-bent on revamping this economy, and as I say, that attracting foreign investors. People are thirsty to want to come and invest back in this country because why? They see the government dealing with the economy, the banking thing, the financial institutions, the crime and all of that, and it's the only way that to create a healthy environment for business investment. And therefore, The government, if these investors will have to see that, hey, that we must be the corruption busters and lock up people tail, regardless of who they be. And it had no statute back for when they committed these crimes and this corruption and whatnot. This is my cry. Because you can't just go after the small people and want to lock up the little black boy on them and whatnot. Yes, if they commit crime, you lock up the tail. But in addition to that, the big fish on them, the mud people in the banking sector, the chamber of commerce, and all of them have to face it. All of them, Andy. And I am hoping and looking forward to this police commissioner, the DPP, and by extension the justice system to take effect. And let me start to see some of these fellas on them tying them down. Let me see them in handcuffs, blue lights.
Thank you.
Okay, brother.
Thank you. Oh boy. Yeah, Lennox Smith. You're saying something?
Good morning, Trinidad.
Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Hello, good morning, Andy. These are first-time caller.
Right, first-time caller from where? Where are you calling from?
From Five Rivers.
Five Rivers. Go ahead, Five Rivers.
Yeah, I have heard Mr. Tanapuna. We give Tanapuna too much at time and he's been repetitive. So it's something that you all need to look at. And I have been a avid listener of your program. Have a good day.
All right, thank you very much. Oh boy, so Trinidad and Tobago, the lines are open. The lines are open. What's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Go ahead, caller. Morning.
I salute Tanapuna. I salute Malcolm X. Salute Tanapuna 100 times on his contribution this morning. Highly appreciated.
I really missed Mr. Tunapuna's contribution there, because doing something there, but what about his contribution that you salute this morning, Malcolm X? Oh, Malcolm X like he gone already. Let's continue. All of the lines are open, eh? Oh boy, I really didn't get through with Mr. Puna's contribution. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, morning, Andy. Boy.
Yeah, morning.
I am not listening to Mr. Tunapuna, but I call Lennox and say, well,
yeah, but what it
like,
is, Mr. Tunapuna? What was Mr. Tunapuna's contribution this morning? I really didn't get to hear. I was doing something in the background.
Yeah, but I come and I lose track, but you raised some good topic, especially with
well, all right, well, you go with yours, because I will ask Lennox what it is he talked about that Mr. Tunapuna talked about, that many of you calling and saluting Mr. Tunapuna with the observations or whatever he raised this morning. Well, you go ahead.
According to the caller before, I say you gone too far that you didn't. I call my Lennox and I tell him, yeah, Andy, I'll send 2 videos for you and Lennox boy concerning about this blind man boy Alwari, where he's talking about Cameron and still calling Paris. Paris looking trembling, he looking wary, and he talking to an audience with about 50 or 60 people. Me know if it was in the Balize house or not the house or which part they had a meeting.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, I will check out the video. Thank you so much. Let me get our next call. Oh boy. I really missed that contribution, but with Tunapuna. But why you miss me, pass me. I'm sure all was vented by Lennox Smith and Mr. Tunapuna. Could be. Oh boy. Go ahead, caller, short and sweet. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Hey, morning to the big old man. Morning to Andy, morning to Mickie, morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Andy, what hear this now? The people of La Hoqueta, the posse, the La Hoqueta posse. Last night they come around by me and the big old, they say they're calling on Andy, they say they're calling on you, but they ain't here, but they're asking me to pass it on to you. Andy, the drug susu man, was running the drug susu in La Hoqueta. $22 million. Rowley went in and take out that money. You see, he bringing down the armor, white people from England, and the detective from Barbados to investigate, because you know it's 22 million. That could capture the government and this and that and mafia. So they're asking, they wanted a final for them. Lennox, if them fellas in Africa wanted a final for them. Investigate that. 22 million. Not 2,200, not 22,000, you know. 22 million. Rowley and them seized. They want to know if that divided between Imat and Harwari, or they just want to know, they want to know where that money gone. Because 22 million can't disappear just so. So they have to investigate. The drug susu people, they want to know where the money gone. That's it. I love to understand.
All right, thank you very much. Oh boy, next caller, morning.
Andy, Malcolm X here. Tenapuna speak about the locking up at the big corruption, wickedness with ministers, mismanagement, at the money. What I always keep repeating, like we national anthem in Trinidad and Tobago, is corruption, crime, and wickedness to the citizen. The man touch on everything. He talk about the contractors. He talk about the Chamber of Commerce. He talk about them ministers and them who still opening their mouth and having press conference. It's time for we to start to see big people getting locked up instead of the little boy, the little black boy on the road. We're getting locked up for little petty thing, and the big fish keep getting away. When you talk about you don't catch big fish in an aquarium, big fish in the sea, and the man on the topic, boy, the man on the base this morning on the ball. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Malcolm X. Next caller. Oh boy. Go ahead, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Yeah, in the morning, it's Tuna from Tunapuna here. I had sent 2 voice notes yesterday when the man was on with Lennox Smith, boy. I don't know if you could take it back, please, if you don't mind.
I think yesterday's voice notes, but I'll be playing all the rest in a little bit. But you're on, so you could just talk. So we go forget that. You go ahead and talk.
Well, I have no problem really, you know. When I say no problem, so far the UNC going good for me, you know. I really have no problem, you know. My problem is just hearing PNM talking already. I don't want to hear them again. That's the only problem I really have. But I would really like to hear the voice notes. Thanks.
All right, no problem. Next caller, morning.
Hello, morning. Hello.
Yes, a pleasant good morning to you. Where you calling from and what's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Good morning, Andy. I'm calling from Faizabad. Good morning, Lennox. Andy, I really hear in the hue and cry about the postponement of the Independence Day parade. Yes? So what I am saying, let me see how truly the patriotism of Trinidad and Tobagonians are with respect to the independence. Let me see how many people will display a flag on Independence Day in front of their home or while they drive along, like when you go to America and these places, to see how the patriots does it. You know, so I think we're just looking at a bacchanalia, something to stir the population politically. But it will not work because we have a lot of smart people in Trinidad and Tobago who would have recognized that the decision that the government would have made is a very sensible and collective one that would not only benefit the government but the country as a whole, Andy. Yes? So I am saying to you, let me see how patriotic you are. You're crying because they feel that they're postponing the cancelling the Independence Parade. Show me your strength and your patriotism by displaying a flag in front of your house or while you drive on Independence Day. Then I will, and only then, I would know how serious you really are. Or if it's just mama guy and your mama guy. Take care, my brother.
Thank you, caller. I remember it's you, your faces were showing while I do something in the background, Lennox. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Hi, good morning. I'm calling from Andy. Good morning to Andy Williams.
You're not coming across clear, you're breaking up.
All right. I want to say a very good blessed morning to Lennox Smith, Andy Williams, and Mickie K. My contribution this morning, Andy, is that...
Call me back on the next line. You're really ain't coming across clear. Go ahead, next caller. Morning.
Morning, Andy, Lennox, Mickie, Trinidad and Tobago.
Good morning.
So, Andy, I want to ask all the listeners and all where this life is carried, right? Penny, you were asking, yeah? You say we cancel the Independent Parade and you want an answer. So, Uncle Lennox, when it is have on the Independence Parade, what is this showing off? All the years I see this fire truck, police vehicle, army vehicle, prison service vehicle, and other only a set of vehicles. Penny, it's only 100 days for the love of God or let just leave office. It didn't have fire tenders. It didn't have police vehicles. It didn't repair the military vehicles on them. It didn't have all the mash up a section of the Army Corps, the Engineering Corps, which had heavy equipment to mitigate the flood assistance and disaster assistance. Already PNM mash it up, Penny, all the minister get killed in a fire. And because of what? And all want Independence Parade. All under India, the finance minister didn't fill the vacancy of nearly 1,100 police officers short in the police service, girl. Where your brain is? All they want to come back and keep the dragon gas deal, they all behind on all trustee. All of us take the people. $1.4 billion in CPEP corruption. If each worker for the last 10 years is $10 million per worker, and then catching the mother, nene, auntie, and even Kid Rowley, because the vacancies meet, and now you're seeing the shadiness, and it's coming out, and all they want to defend all the wrongdoing, and then all they coming and talking on the public platform, why you have a parade? All they want to move Christopher Columbus statue. All they want to let the African people know that where the roots came from. All they want them to say, yeah, then we move with independence too, because there's a colonial master there that was handing over. So we will have a military day, or a flag day, or a day of arms and celebration. Because we are independent. If we was independent, or only independent, the PNM. Because the voters are looking for is only mismanagement, thief out, and a misappropriate the funds. Where all our money gone, Penny? Only ain't do nothing. So what we gonna show off? Some military guns, wait till they upgrade the ammunition and the guns for the men and them. Only give them bulletproof vests. What are we gonna parade? If only looking for something to talk and make my political party look bad, Penny. Hear what they do. I just wanted to say that the Trinma field where India talked about last night, where my Prime Minister bring to jar oil, I want all to say that all the stifle Petrotrin, the money to run a oil line, to bring it the tight on the flood soak platform, the ejector platform, right in Trinidad in Block E, the West Sonado field, all them sabotage it, and I want that penny. Tell the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, you are Indian Stuart Young, right? Where all they do with that block the Trinidad field, and all the revenue from that block, from the Sonado, the two other wells was produced under UNC. All they keeping out, mashing up, and all they want is pull down my government because all you know, all they have co-condition. Let's talk about X-Trail. Let's talk about X-Trail, the 50 house. That money can go to the CPF workers. Then we talk about the hospital. And then the nursing president.
So, hold on, next caller. Go ahead, you go ahead, Price. I'm just telling you, next caller to hold on. I hear them in the background. Hold on.
The nursing association, they have no shame, boy. 10 years, all the stuff on the nursing trainees and them. No tie pen, no uniform, no shoes. I know all about everything I'm saying that it is so by A. Andy, here what's going on. If you take my call in the next 10 minutes, let me give somebody else a call. Because 10 of them going overboard by Stuart Young. All they had a gas deal with Exxon Mobil. And I want to ask Stuart Young, and all the callers of them, it's a 4 gas well on this land, on this earth. 2 in Guaya, 1 in Maruga, and 1 in Pina Rock Road. All they know about how much gas in there? By all the people of the country. How about that?
Thank you very much. Go ahead, next caller.
I want to say a pleasant, a good morning to the ground report. Andy K, Andy Williams, Mickie K, and Lennox Smith. I'm from Grandy, and my contribution this morning is that the opposition, they are having a lot of press conference, but in all that they're doing, they're coming out there to let go the demons because all of them hands full of animal blood. This is why our Prime Minister is telling us to take a day of prayers. The prayers that we have to say is against all the wickedness that the PNM have done to the people of Trinidad and Tobago over the 10 years, and it's to block the demons, let the demons stay with them, let the bacchanal they want to see take place will take place among the opposition and themselves. And this is the reason this day of independence, our Prime Minister turned into press because we need to put press on them because every time you see them come out on press conferences, demons are sending out all of them hands full of animal blood. They're creating demons and sending it out to make confusion. And this is my contribution this morning. God.
Hello? Hello?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning to you.
Yes, good morning.
Lennox,
What's your contribution?
Good morning, Andy. Lennox and Mickie. First time caller.
Where are you calling from, first time caller?
I call from Napariman North. Now, Andy, I have a concern. When you see the UNC win the election, I remember as far as the remarks he make, right? And now, which is coming and happening. Then you had this one from the Levantil West, he make all kind of remark down in the beat there. And now look what come and happening. These fellas are citing these things when you look at it. So, Andy, that is my little contribution. But I know it's a time of prayer, but prayer has to go with fasting. You have to be praying and fasting. Right? Because I will tell you something, Andy, they have to keep over there asking for them. Remember life and death in the power of the tongue, you know. Right? And fellas speaking like this. They're speaking death. Right? So Andy, that is my little contribution. And God bless you all. Lennox, Mickie, and director, Miss Santa Cruz, Miss Woodbrook, Barakpo. God bless you all. I've been looking at this program for years now and listening from since 104. So Andy, all okay, and God bless you all. Have a great and a wonderful in the name of Jesus. Bye.
Thank you very much, Lennox Smith. You heard a lot of contributions. Many people and all congratulating Tunapuna's contribution to what other headliners you have there for us, Lennox Smith.
That level of credit, I think, is as a consequence of good research, rational presentation, and of course the articulation, I think, was in the superlative column. So as a consequence of that, one is not surprised that that is the reward that you would get on a program such as this. But I want to say as well, because it is in the area of ludicrousness, dotishness, asinineness, obtuseness. It's simply stupid. Here it is in Bert once again, because I started by saying that I couldn't understand what a fella who is claimed to be a bright fella, who of course have created all kinds of issues by his presentations and calling others foolish, etc., make a career of that in the parliament, in and out of the parliament. And here it is. He is saying that over 1,000 persons from the security apparatus of the country would be assembled at the savannah. So therefore, there should be no fear of any kind of untoward and therefore endangerment of the officials that would have been there assembled. Well, I want to put it in the ridiculous realm. And I want to say that here it is, Imbert is really saying that all these, whether it be military or paramilitary forces, whether it be cadets, whether it be army, whether it be police and so on, whilst they are marching, they should now be looking out for terrorists and persons who would do the persons assembled there harm. I mean, it is most ridiculous. It is laughable. It is for a big man who prides himself of being, of course, some kind of pseudo-intellect. I say pseudo because he is false to suggest that there should be no need, because of the nature of the exercise and the fact that their assembled will be a substantial part or elements of the security apparatus of the country in a march past, that should not trigger any kind of postponement of that exercise. I mean, it is ridiculous. So I want to tell him that, is he saying then, I have to conclude, is he saying that while the people are marching and so on, they must be looking out for terrorists and persons who will do harm to the officials that are there? I mean, and I'll leave it there, and it is for, of course, the population to make their own assessment that whether or not Imbert is a fake, false intellect, and his level of logic defies common sense, rationality, and it is simply asinine, because he claimed that others are in his statement yesterday in a so-called press conference of the opposition, that it is asinine. Well, I'm saying that he should be looking at the three fingers that are pointing back at him when he is pointing with his index finger at somebody else, songing, looking, and displaying that level of stupidity.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh boy, nice. While we over-exhausted, that whole independent decision was done made, it not having no independence parade, it not having no fireworks, we move from that. What else that the government is doing, what else is on a front burner for us this morning? Go ahead, caller.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Lennox. You know, that's a controversial. Yeah, that's not. I want to find out. I remember back in the days, I think it was last year or something, when Ola called for the prayer for crime, we said Bashir and told she what things for prayer and what crime prayer was going and solve, and we could Bashir. When she did call, she said, well, what crime plan? And we had to turn to God and all. I don't know if you can remember that. I remember we Bashir and all kind of thing with prayers. Now the Prime Minister calling for prayer, and it's okay for everybody, yes, say a prayer, to man, say a prayer, or go to church or wherever. I think what is good for one is good for all. We can't give up the independence parade, fine. But we bash the woman when she say for prayers. Now we ain't saying that's more the Prime Minister. When she called for prayers, because we Prime Minister. Right? Another thing I was calling on earlier, I know, God, I forget. It slipped my mind. But if I remember, I will call you back.
All right, thank you very much. Oh boy, one of the things that I find is on the back burner at this point in time, and the PNM is going about this whole CPEP, which is washed out, this whole URP thing, which is Independence Parade thing to me, which is also washed out. We forgetting a file was sent to the DPP. The DPP is supposed to send that file with the whole issue of CPEP to the police commissioner. You know, it have all of that. It have a lot of other issues that is needed to be raised. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Morning again, Andy. Morning again, Andy. Back for here. Andy, you see there's a difference when you call for prayer and then you call for people to have God in their hearts. If you see a police commissioner and you put nothing in place to deal with crime, but your crime fighting plan is to call for prayer, is a difference. But when the Prime Minister put things in place, being effective, getting the jobs done, and then saying, okay, now we could take some time off the prayer. So prayers can be a tool to fight crime. When you're supposed to put things in place and then fight crime and then ask for prayer. And that's the difference. So we have to understand with prerogative when we compare. And I want to tell people something. We listened to Rowley rah for 10 years. And people take it and they didn't have nothing to say. Tunapuna has had to take a whole night to get his lungs and his heart and thing in order for it to come and make a little 10 minutes contribution. The man has had to be on oxygen and the contribution has been good contribution. So I don't see why people have an issue with Mr. Tunapuna. When he come and if he been a little repetitive, the man 1 foot inside, 1 foot out. He's a patriot. He's a soldier. If all you feel that out, hear what? Tunapuna is being repetitive. Get 20 different wives and change them all the time. Don't have one. Or go and roast a bygone while Tunapuna talking so you can make a choker after. Don't call and complain about Tunapuna if it is you're now first time caller. When you're with a woman, the first impression is want to make it nice. You call to talk about Mr. Tunapuna. Mr. Tunapuna is a diehard when he in the soil and the toiling and going out of his way, risking his health and all kind of thing to be in marches and thing. Always be home relaxing and enjoying all yourself. So leave Mr. Tunapuna alone. We would like to hear him every day and we would like to hear him say the same thing over and over. Because I could remember when my old man was in the last and I find like he over repeating himself and saying the same thing over. When you see dead, you know, I just wish every day I could hear he say that whole thing over and over, study just to know that the man are wrong. So people like all act together now. We did hear him yang for 10 years and it was okay. Let me listen to Mr. Tunapuna. Have a good morning, gentlemen. Take care.
Wow. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nice.
Well,
Let us know what other topic you have there for us, my brother.
On the plate. Are you hearing me?
Yes, what other topic you have for us there?
Yeah. We have, of course, the
From
police.
Burner.
Of course, remember some time ago, the water system in the building, the police administrative building, was triggered because of an alarm suggesting that there was a fire. Well, quite a lot of the records are irretrievable. In fact, the term they use is irrecoverable, which means that information with respect to people's application, among others, for firearms users license cannot be retrieved, and therefore there is a bulletin out asking for people to reapply. The 12, of course, Venezuelans that were caught on that pirogue, they are to be charged for illegal entry into Trinidad and Tobago. And indeed, of course, the Law Reform Commission has endorsed the Stand Your Ground law. And of course, I think that is something we on the ground report must at least pay some attention to, because, of course, it is complex, but it is also new. And therefore, some of it, I think, we should share with the national community so they too become. Remember, not everybody it is intended to have a firearms users license or firearms as far as that particular law is concerned, contrary to what
we will share that a day when we have the opportunity. I say we will share that a day when we have the opportunity and the time at hand for it to go on that, because that will take up that gun will just pick up.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Well, what else you have for us there in the headlines?
Home invasion offenders, just to keep in line with that, faces up to $750,000 fine and 25 years. Just to make sure that you understand the seriousness and the perspective that we are looking at. All right, okay. Somebody's asking a question. What? No, I'm not gonna forget that. Soldier 32 dies from suspected heart attack during a football game. I think that was a very unfortunate one. We should have mentioned that yesterday as a human tragedy scenario.
Right, but what was that one just now? You give me that one there in a bit, that one. But caller, you go ahead, caller. Good morning to you. Welcome to the Ground Report.
Yeah, and the morning I called Mickie again. One thing I don't remember I was supposed to tell you. Earlier, when you was talking to the guy, you remember you say, God tell you that you're going to be on radio and on TV. Don't forget it. I tell you that first, eh?
Where's that?
Remember when you was talking to the earlier now, in the beginning of the program, when they played the voice note and you was talking and they called the guy and thing? Right. Afterwards that you were saying that God tell you that it was going to be on radio and on TV. But remember, before God tell you that, I tell you that, eh? Remember we make a bacchanal with that. When I asked for it was Mickie and Mr. Remember, I tell you that first, eh? Nobody tell you that, eh?
Well, let me see. Because God tell me that the Ground Report will be back on radio soon. God tell me that. You have been telling me that a while now. Remember, it was weeks, months now, I was saying God say that the Ground Report will be back on radio soon.
Yeah, I'm glad. And sometimes I like to call and make it. Sometimes we chat and things that get boring. People saying the same thing. So sometimes I just call in and say, "Don't make a little bacchanal." People might say, "Yeah, I a PNM," or "Me not a PNM, me not a UNC." I just like a little bacchanal, spice up the program, the little chat a little bit. Sometimes the chat get a little boring. You need a little, let people laugh a little bit, now, man. All the easy stress, all the person study PNM and UNC all the time. Or they must, relax a little bit. Have a little fun sometime on the program, one thing, man. Or they must be so uptight all the time. Right, and that's not for you, that's for the chatters and the callers and things. I love Mr. Tunapuna, I love Mr. Barack Paul. Sometimes I might say my thing, they will come and they will counteract. That's how the program is, just go on and will go on. No matter who call in, they will be the ones who will get the attack. And you know that too. Because sometimes I need to attack you too. So, the program get a little spicy sometimes, man. It's all the same dead at UNC, the same dead PNM all the time.
Oh, so you be listening to this program because you want to laugh. You want bacchanal.
No, I'm not getting it. It's very informative, eh?
I know that.
But sometimes, you start to get a little laugh. I like sometimes a little bacchanal when this one says something and then this one come back and attack this one and, it's a little thing, man, a little spice in it a little bit, man. It gotta be the same old boring politics. Every time, you laugh and enjoy the show too, man. It's Trinidad and Tobago, we have to make the best of it, no matter what, we have to make the best of it.
Yeah, but you wicked too. It's only 3 months now we have a new government. These people here that own the show there, that still PNM, UNC, under pressure. Rowley leave them Bazodi. The PNM mash up all of them minds, including mine. How you want me to only laugh?
I'm talking about live on the radio, I used to watch on the online and listen to it live in the studio, before COVID, I think. So when I feel like, no, come on, and I might just call. But you know what, I'm going to get a call in and thing now. But it's a very nice and informative program, and a very nice, and as I say, we are under pressure for a long time. Let me breeze out a little bit now. We new government, we gave them time. The budget ain't called out. After the budget, we go say whatever after. But it's not to be uptight and always studying PM. Yes, we have.
Yeah, they had to study PM. But they had to study PM. It have no money. the roads
but that will
bad.
get a study.
Public servant.
How we get the money? That will get a study. Let me get the money to make people's life better. If you know, we stop studying. And that's what the problem is. When you see the media only going by the PNM, and we only talk, we keeping them relevant. Remember, as we say, we have a 9-day mentality. Look, you now say that. How come these things go into the back burner? Because we only have a 9-day mentality. So if we come in 3 months and we still talking about PNM, we will never forget them. And people will always have them in their mind. Yes, PNM, yes. And they keep on remembering them. No, we don't get people to forget them. So we're looking at positive going forward with the UNC and forget about, no matter what they say, don't have them to concern, don't get them to talk, don't just leave them and let me look how to make the country better. And stop studying what them they do this and now we have to go forward and stop studying back. I mean, yes, I mean, I have to study back to go forward, but we have to look forward and say, yes, okay, this is what we want, this is where we heading, and stop paying too much relevance on them that keeping them in the people's mind and keeping them popular.
But what I disagree with you with some of the things they're saying. I believe that the people and them on the chat, the people and them on the ground report, and if God grant the wish and we end up back on radio, that is right that in their contribution and moving forward, they have to always say PNM, because every Trinidad and Tobagoans, as you say, have a 9 days memory. And we want the people not to forget the wickedness, the evil, the wicked piping, crackhead, car run a country, baby killing, government, all when they do we. So in the program from now till the next 5 years, we must keep in the population mind how wicked these people was to be looking at no water, people waiting for water. It ain't no fire truck. Public servants can't get this. We can't do that. No work, no way. All this pressure, they close down the refinery. And then now a new government come, it ain't nothing for we. We call it PNM. So we have to remind them so the people will remember, don't vote back them evil.
All right, so just put it that way, I don't have a problem. You see, look at them here in Costa Rica. I'm watching online, look, this Trevor, they done custom me already. You see, and next man say, look, he's back and ass. Oh, God, yeah, I'm a good. But I understand where you're coming from, We
have to keep it in their minds. We have to keep the wickedness in the PNM. Else, if they forget, well, then PNM coming back in the next 5 years, you know.
All right, let's take the point. So, all right. We'll go with it. I'm going on your advice. I'm taking your advice. All right, you're with.
Right, so that had to remind the people, and that come with the solutions and the way forward and thing, but always remind the people and them how wicked and evil this PNM is.
All right, Andy. All right. Thanks, man. Enjoy your day.
All right.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Nice. Yes. Morning caller.
Andy,
morning.
I'm trying to get on the program, and I couldn't get on today. Oh my God, it's so busy. So Andy, let me ask you a question. Where did this bounty from? Who told you that?
What we getting what?
Where they get this bounty from? They are bounty and these 3 people here. Where they get that from? I am listening to the program and I want to know where this come out from. To be talking on this program.
Boy, the man say he fed up only here and only complaining about the PNM, complaining. He's a UNC for the government, but the time fine. Let them forget. We need to forget about the PNM and talk about moving forward and the positive things and the this and that. But then I talk to him serious and he understand that yes, we will talk about the positive things and the moving forward. But we have to continue for the next 5 years reminding the people of the wicked PNM so they're going to don't put them back there at all.
Andy, but let me say something. Listen to this, I understand what the guy is saying. I respect what he's saying, but he has to understand that it is always going to be being spoken about the PNM. Remember, they are the opposition. So when they come at the UNC supposed to hush. UNC supposed to hush, right? Am I UNC people? We supposed to hush. Tell that man, take a coffee and go and sleep and go in bed now and stop that nonsense. Oh, we supposed, yes, we know we're going forward. We know we're going forward and I understand that. But when Marvin Gonzalez and them do a press conference and the nonsense they did yesterday, right? And talk all that nonsense. UNC supposed to sit down, hush them out, like what they tried to do in the last 9 years. And we mustn't say nothing. Tell that PNM man, don't call back the station, eh?
All right.
Anyway, Andy, I just hear a bounty and I said I'm calling. But let me move from that bounty, right? Anyway, so that's what I call about. Have a good day, my dear. Let's have a good day.
All right. Go ahead, next quarter morning.
Yes, man. Morning to the ground report crew, man. The Silver Fox, man.
Go ahead, the Silver Fox. And let me say a pleasant good morning to everybody, we brothers and sisters in Tobago.
Yes, man. Mother Bernie, all of them, man. Mother Bernie, all of them.
Yes, yes.
That fella, if he want to laugh and think after Carnival, he could go Tommy Joseph show, you know. This is the ground report. The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down petrol trade. Petrol trade are not closing down, right? I want to ask people, the family of these people in petrol train, and they get mentally breakdown and so forth, had to reach hospital and all kind of things, some even passed away. Why we studying this CPEP, just these people alone? These people from petrol train, all of them, thousands of people that lost their job. Why nobody didn't stand up for them like how they're talking about CPEP and this kind of thing? They are not people too? I want to know if they are not people too. They you know what people used to sell around there and all these kind of things and lost that and they're on the breadline, their children going to school, they have to buy groceries like everybody else. Why nobody study these people? You only studying the CPEP people and the CPEP people. What they say, they want this CPEP to change and they want to know the corruption that is taking place in it. They want to clean that out. What is so hard to understand? I hear Lennox talking about in both is a big man. Lennox, if you put in both sides you to stand up, which party gonna meet you? Now by your waist? So how in both could be a big man, in both a short man? The people of Trinidad and Tobago have to understand this. The world was not built in a day. And we have to understand if things are happening, we are in a better place even though little things still happening. You could have taken 5 more years of PNM right now. We could not have taken 5 years of PNM. I will go completely senile. Right? Because maybe I was even starting to go senile under PNM. We cannot put back these people in power. We have to understand that these people are toxic, right? And we have to set an example. The UNC have to set an example. We have to start some way. We have to start locking up these people one by one. We cannot just sit around and say, this one, we coming for you, we coming for you, we coming for you. Let me come for you. Because anything the lesser class do, they just come for you. It's time to come for them. They are human beings just like us. All they know is how to make money disappear. All kind of big money disappearing under PNM. I don't know if they are Houdini or whatever it is, but the money is disappeared. We have to start to make an example of these people. They are not God. They are human beings. They distress us for all these years. And we have to take back our country somehow or the next. Thank you, Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. Bang, bang, bang.
I want to continue to encourage all you all that is listening to the ground report. Support the ground report. Follow the ground report. Going down with the ground report, because the ground report going down with our new government. And don't let no one, even if it tells you kind of smelling a PNM undertone in them, that they want you all forget the last 10 years of the destructive, wicked, nasty, piping, spranging government, baby killing, Obia walking, blight. In our move to build back Trinidad and Tobago, in our contributions that will continue being positive nation building, we have to continue to remind the people of Trinidad and Tobago, because the people of Trinidad and Tobago have a 9-day mentality, and we cannot afford to let them forget this evil PLM, that 13 of them remain, and in the next coming general elections, because from now we putting things in place to make sure that the PLM never raise its neck. It must never resurrect in Trinidad and Tobago, because anytime that PNM resurrect again, what Rowley and Stuart Young, Penny Beckles, Marvin Gonzalez, Emery Brown, Camille Robinson Regis, Colin Mbert, Brian Manning, they are all there still. The same wicked government that was wicked to we, they are there. And who in there? They bring them to the Senate. And who in there? The PNM president. Bring them in through the independent senators.
Andy, you couldn't say it better. I want to endorse what you're saying, but I also want to generate some specific definitions, because if we fail to understand what the PNM was engaged in, while they were in government, and what they're engaged in today, we will be, of course, failing in our responsibility to highlight and to inform the population. The PNM came into government by what is called propaganda, meaning that it is not advertisement. If you're advertising a product, you must show its good qualities and so on. What they did, they engaged in lies and deception, innuendos, and as a consequence of that, and don't tell me you don't know none of them, because the question of the email gate, the question of why it's in government, when they instituted the property tax, when they said out of government that they would not have, and so on and so forth. We know all of that. But that is propaganda. And they use propaganda to stay in office, because one of the major planks that they use as far as their propaganda machinery is and was concerned was that of saying that the UNC was corrupt. It turned out that none of the mega projects that the UNC was engaged in between 2010 and 2015, we could find no element of corruption, whether it be the aquatic center, a mega project, whether it be the Cuba Hospital, or whether it be the cycling velodrome. None of them. Of course, the opposite is the case as far as the PNM when it was in office before 2010, such as, of course, the Diplomatic Center, Napa, Sapa, and the overruns and all of the matters surrounding, of course, Calder Heart, etc. So we know that. What they are engaged in now is a continuation of that, but from a different perspective. They are taking little kinks in the armor, like take, for instance, the fact that the government of necessity must review programs such as CPEP, etc. But because there will be, of course, some temporary, and let me repeat, some ephemeral or temporary displacements, they then try to make it look as though it is, of course, the policy and the nature of the UNC and Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the present administration. You have to be discerning. However, in the case of the UNC, I consider to be part and parcel of that process is to identify the facts, not the propaganda, the facts. And we saw the fact is that the emails were a lie, that the so-called attempt to say why they were in opposition, that they will not engage in property tax, turned out to be a blatant and unadulterated lie. We saw where their policies and programs has been so horrible, so terrible, so vicious. Whether it be, of course, imposing a tax on importation by way of courier, you do something online, they impose a tax on that as well, as we have seen when they try to, of course, undermine the criminal justice system by, of course, the fake oil matter, the Brenton Thomas matter, and indeed the Vincent Nelson matter. So let us not waste time. So what we have to do is, as what Andy would have said, I respectfully say that we must identify them for who they are, because tigers do not change their stripes, nor leopards their spots, and therefore they will continue in that vein and have been continuing in that vein, and therefore we have a duty and response. So don't tell us. We will take no advice, lest, of course, we fall into the trap of complacency, and as Andy preferred to say, the 9 days mentality. No. We will continue to identify them and continue to call them out, simply because they will not change their propaganda agenda, because that is what got them into office in 2015 and kept them in office temporarily again in 2020. We must not fall victim to that. And therefore, the UNC, because it is righteous, because it is fair-minded, because it is people-centered, and while there may be kinks and hiccups along the way, it must not be seen as what the PNM will try to make us believe, that the UNC is harsh, is brutal, is indurate, and insensitive.
They're describing themselves
far from the facts. And therefore, nobody must tell us on this program to forget what the PNM is doing. We have a duty and responsibility to be discerning. Right, Andy?
Exactly. Oh boy. That man wake up my spirit there. He said, well, we must forget, and then when we forget, Trinidad go put back that creature. I alive. I fight up. We fight up to get rid of this PNM. Yes. 13 of them still there. By 6 of them PNM senators. By how much? Independent.
12 plus 1 in the lower house.
Oh, but what the hell? No, the people must remember wicked.
And they continue, of course, to wage war. And war is merely a concoction, a configuration of their propaganda machinery. And we must let them know that, and let the population know that, as we remain steadfast on the course of advancement and, of course, the equitable distribution of the country's resources, as we know the UNC has had a track record of so doing between 2010 and 2015.
And the only person at the end of the day that I see PNM have new, the people that PNM have new there is Marcel, Heinz or Heinz Beans or whatever. And all they watch at it.
Generally, them new ones. Wine in new bottle.
Yeah, them new ones.
Old wine in new bottle. And it go taste the same damn way. Bitter.
Them new ones, real disrespectful. Look at what is already uttering out of Corey Marcel mouth. Look at what is coming out of Handy Bean's mouth, who take over Rowley's seat. All you give you a rest, yes? Morning caller.
That's right.
Morning, Andy.
Yes, go ahead.
Andy, PNM and Rowley never forget
2010 to 2015. You hear? From 2015 to 2025, they talk about Kamala regime.
Kamala, right through.
Kamala, right?
So you ain't want to forget.
So yes, Andy. So what is we just talking about 10 years? 10 years of them do nothing, destroy the country. You know what gave me, Andy? Is like Rowley do all this nonsense and the man just drop out the Mac boy. I find it they have to have something on he to bring he back. Let he walk up the courthouse every day.
I agree with you, yes, caller. Thank you so much. Next caller, pleasant good morning to you. Where you calling from and what's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning? Forget
Andy Lennox.
Go ahead.
Andy Lennox, my dear, let me tell you this. Only remember, let me just go back, right? Only remember when election, when PNM was in power. And that same man who talked about this morning to get PNM and move on. Only remember he used to come and talk a sort of nonsense too. Try and remember that voice, only. My people, only try and remember that voice. Try and remember, we used to tell him things. It's we used to call him and tell him things too. And he used to be picking up for the PNM. That is what he is. He's a PNM mite, and he needs to come off the program. We don't want all in here. We don't want all in here. All you go with all the 13 miscreants. Have a good day, my dear.
So before you go, you are saying that we have to continue to remind the population from now till like how PNM just keep a whole 10 years. Kamala. We have to keep telling them Petrotrain closed down. The pipeline people there.
Kingdom come now till that thing, especially those pipeline guys. Let me tell you, Andy, when I talk about those pipeline guys, my body is aching because I know those guys gonna be saved. And they stayed there, boy, Penny, you stay there, woman, and you say nothing, Penny. Penny, you leave them because of money, lady, and you're coming out to talk. And weak belly Penny, I love how my Santa Cruz is called, she weak belly Penny, and just laugh. Penny, and you leave those guys to die, leave their daughters, their family, and you come in to talk. Woman is only cost me and cost you yet.
Hey, I don't go yet. Because what's it how passionate your heart is? What's how you thinking about these divers? But we have Patricia Reed online saying how your heart black. This caller heart black.
Tell Patricia Reed, when she look between she legs, she will see one black. Because she don't tell me from nowhere. So between her leg is black. She needs to go and fix that, and then she could come for me. And tell Patricia Reed she can't come for me. She can't come for me because I had the whole of Trinidad behind me.
She also tell me to let you all know that the only person when it comes to public servants is Felisa, the president of the Public Servant Union, the president of PSA.
That woman who's talking, she's a PM. I don't have time with she, but let me say this. Let me pass she because she's a miscreant and she's a nobody. Forget them.
All right.
If Auntie comes, you see them looking for attention. Look at she attention because she needs to see what between she leg is black. Anyway, if Auntie comes with there, Andy, you see them divers and then with Andy, let me Trinidad, UNC people, my people, think about it. Auntie comes with a work day and night to get them people out of it. Day and night. Auntie comes out of it crying. I telling you that. That's the kind of woman that woman is. She would have been there crying to get them fellas out. She'd have never leave them leave. Have a good day, Andy.
All right, thank you so much. Oh boy. Who is next? Time check. Yes, it's about quarter to the hour to 10 o'clock. What's your contribution? What's on your front burner? What are some of the things you don't want the people to ever forget, but you also want fixed by our new government? A pleasant good morning to you.
Hello, good morning. This is a first-time caller.
Go ahead, first-time caller. And where are you calling from, sir?
Yes, calling from Chigolas area. Just want to remind, as you said, to remind people that when the PNM took office, gas price was $3 and I think 75 cents. check the price of gas now, and we have no refinery, we can't get pitch oil. Just remember that, so that they will know that they must never go back there.
No, but put in some more. We had kerosene, and kerosene was cheap. The diesel was $1.50 a liter.
Yes.
We had the gas for the boat. What is called the kerosene for the boat again?
I don't know, but what I know is I had a diesel vehicle when the UNC was in office. The full that vehicle was $78. The full that same vehicle with no diesel, $78 would fill the tank. And now to fill that same vehicle is $240.
That's PNM for you.
That's PNM for you. So Andy and Lennox will keep up the good work.
Yes, Lennox, you were saying the gas is name regular.
Regular, and
we saw regular.
Super. Yeah, regular, yes.
Right, and the
boatmen, all entirely, yeah.
The boatmen used to use the regular. We also had bitumen. We also had jet fuel. That refinery used to be a real thing, you know.
Of course. Somebody had told me some time ago, because he was there, I think it's upwards of 20 different products. You know, so it is really a tremendous loss, and is an indictment on the last administration for putting Trinidad and Tobago in that kind of tailspin, because they came in on a platform saying that the oil and gas and petrochemical industries, in spite of the trend towards environmental concerns and the reduction in that kind of business or that kind of operation, and saying that they will have to depend on it, but they went on to, of course, reduce our involvement, at least at the level of the refining. And that, to me, is another serious indictment on the level of hypocrisy and the mendaciousness of this government and their propaganda. And we know for a fact that it was because they wanted to save Rowley. The entire cabinet wanted to save Rowley and his involvement in the fake oil matter that caused them to, without any merit and contrary to all of the recommendations, expensive recommendations, they closed down the oil refinery.
Hold 1 minute, go ahead, caller.
Andy, Lennox morning.
Good morning.
If Anti-Cam was in power, the divers would have died. But the thing about it, the divers would have never go into that pipeline, because that pipeline was a decommissioned pipeline. You remember a whole shipload, a tanker load of fuel went to Trinidad and was supposed to go to Aruba and then they make a little diversion. So that pipeline would have been taking the place of that. You understand? So the ship, it would not be no ship going and losing and transcender, turn off and thing. It's common sense.
Yes.
They kill them people. Talk done. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And we would have still had oil refinery if Kamala Prasad-Bissessar and the UNC was in office between 2015 and just the 28th of April this year.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
No more calls. I'm just playing some voice notes. Time check. It's at 10 minutes to. Oh God, Mr. Tunapuna. I know you're calling back, but I can't take in this last 10 minutes for some voice notes to play.
Andy morning. We have to stop talking about.
They my big bottom brigade partner. Let me hear what she say.
Oh, PNM. Let me talk about all what we going and do and who they have. Because I remember Rowley, every time he come on the thing, he used to be only talking about Kamala. And he helped make UNC win, you know. You understand? We had to forget the PNM. All we talking about is the oil. Is the oil and the coil. How we get the oil. What we going and do. We going and fix the road. We going and get more schools. Better the health. the health sector. When they need to talk about them, we go talk about them when they do stupidness. But as for now, boy, let me just move on and just fly. Forget them, boy. We mine on the oil, we mine on the money, and the money on we mine. And even if we reminding them, let me talk about all the goody we get in. You understand? All the goody that we want to talk about. When there is the time to pound them and grind them like chili, baby, we go do that. But let me talk about all we gain, because you see what's going on. When we only talking about them, it's like, yeah, what's going on? You're talking about that man who abuse you. But you come and you get a man now, we're treating you nice. But you're only talking about, boy, you see when I was with he, days where he do me, no. We only study the man who do me nice. And that's the same thing with PNM. We have to forget PNM. You understand? And lift up and big up the UNC. Big up.
That is what we'll be doing. That is what it's about. We will be doing all of that. But I disagree with what you're saying. They no big bottom be great on the grounds again. We will be doing all of that. All what the government is doing. But when a woman getting abused of a man and she need a man and she go with her next man, she need to continue. Why she there? Yeah, man, new man, you're doing good for me. Oh God, you're treating me good. Oh God, new man, that next man then used to clip my toes. Oh God, new man, look, you're squeezing my shoulder, you're massaging my knee. Oh God, new man. But new man, that man before never used to massage my foot. He never used to massage my knee. He never used to cook food for me. He never used to wash my underwear. He never used to carry me to the doctor. He never used to give me money. That last man was suffering, man, you man. Oh God, because you want to remind yourself. And you want to also tell that new man, you see where I run from? That bad treatment. Look how nice you treat me. So I like you bad? Because you treat me nice. And you're reminding here and yourself especially, never ever to make a mistake and pick up a man like that. So all we doing by keeping them on the front burner is to make sure we never pick up a man like the PNM again. That man is abusive. That man mad. That man the stuff off my weave. That man clipping my nails. That man beating me with belt. That man I just going down the road, he insecure. When I reach home, the man put my head in a barrel, the man want to kill me. Why would you want to forget a man that do it that? Faith end up picking up a next one like it? So we praise him, we new man. Go ahead, Lennox.
And Andy, it appears that he's laboring under the notion, misconceived as it is, so we need to correct him, that because the PNM was talking in the way that they were talking about the UNC, they happened to lose the elections. No, it's not because they were talking. They have a right to talk. They were the opposition, but they were telling lies. That is the issue. That is why, apart from their incompetence, they were telling lies. And they continue so to do in this iteration of their opposition disposition. And therefore, we must, again, dispel and, of course, disabuse those lies that they are telling. That is where we are, not because they are talking. No, that is simplistic. It is about the lies that they told about the UNC during the course of their tenure in office between 2015 and the 28th of April. That partially and by and large caused them to lose the election. So no, my friend, the fact that they are talking, they have a right to talk. But if they are speaking the truth, that is a different story, but they have not been. And we were able, of course, to dispel. We were able, of course, to put things in perspective. We were able to show where that propensity was so egregious and so intended to cover up their incompetence that cumulatively it resulted, of course, in a 26 seat in Trinidad. The lucky they get 26. It was supposed to be 39, and of course, none at all in Tobago.
Go ahead, caller.
A pleasant good morning, Andy, Mr. Lennox, Mickie Kerr, Director, our Gael family, and all on the live stream. Good morning to my Prime Minister, Mrs. Kamala Prasad-Sessa, SC MP, and to all our hard-working MPs. Let me start by saying I am in total agreement with the decision made. A threat was recognized, and the government took action. Now, here are 8 positive things we can do as patriots. Even without a parade or fireworks, we can show patriotism in a powerful way or ways. 1, I have 8 points. Raise the red, white, and black outside our homes, school, or community centers. Culturally, we can cook and share our dishes with our family and friends or neighbors. Pilau, roti, doubles, bake, and shark corn soup. Music, we can play our calypso, soca, parang, steel band, kaiso, and keep the rhythm of our nation alive. In our communities, we can hold prayer and reflection, clean up our neighborhood, and have a moment of silence for safety, unity, and peace. 5, we can do storytelling and teach our youngsters and our young generation about our independence journey, national heroes, and cultural pride. 5, neighborhood cleanup or planting drive. We can honor the day by caring for the land and beautifying our community. 7, dressed in our national colors, wear red, white, and black with pride. Make it a day of visible unity. Lastly, with our social media presence, we can share uplifting posts, photos, videos, using patriotic hashtags to spread our nation's pride. Have a great day, gentlemen, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Hey, let me play Mother Bernie voice note. She tell me I forget I ain't play her voice note yet. Kyle family, again, just in case, thanks so much. You all could have choose anywhere else to lock on. And you all choose the ground report. Mother Bernie, your voice note ain't coming. Oh, it now reached the. Yes, sir. So you all on Kyle, in case you all go leave us at 10 o'clock. All you know the dial, all you know where they lock on. Kyle, Trinidad and Tobago. Kyle the Caribbean. From tomorrow, please go out again, the ground report. From 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on the social media platforms, you all know them. Real Media TT Facebook, Real Media TT YouTube, Corridor Transformation, the ground report YouTube and those things. You're going to find us. And from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Gael, Trinidad and Tobago, Gael the Caribbean, in which all of you, in your thousands of thousands, while going through cable, find us here, staying here, and then you need new people that lock on here because you all realize it is a #1 program and it's all about truth. It's very entertaining, but it's very factual. It is what it is. We teach. So now let me play Mother Bernie a voice note there quick. Hey boy. It's very informative. Very, very informative.
Good morning, Mickie, Andy.
Tobago in the house.
Lennox and the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. Just imagine the man who had his training on the range with high-powered rifles came up when Kamala win the election. And the CPEP thing come up and he said, prepare for war, war, war. Carrie Marcel said, prepare for war. Penelope Beckle said, prepare for war. Foster Cummings said, prepare for war. And we seen where the country had to be, to put away independence because of security reasons. What are we doing with them people there? What are we doing with them people there? Kamala and investigating them people there? What you mean by war? Which one of the war you mean? Rhoda Barrett jump over the wall. Nobody and do nothing with she. what you mean by war. What is your definition of war? Why we had these people in the space still bumping up the gum and saying this and that and the other about the government, and they incited war. They incited violence. What are we doing about these people, Lennox? Lennox, you listen to the conversation and you know that the conversation is all about destabilizing this country. 1990, they want to bring it back in 2025. What is so significant about the parade? All we have to do is celebrate the anniversary of the independence. We could do it in my home. Nothing is wrong with a day of prayer because we need that plenty. We need plenty of that because we're not doing good at all in this country. We're not doing good. We're praying, but to who and what? And who the prayer is going to, because we can't pray with bad mind and hate and animosity inside of we. The God say he ain't go hear we. So we have to pray with an open mind, asking Almighty God to relieve us from this stress and these people that come as opposition now trying to give us, I don't know how to call them. We need a breath of fresh air. Time for these people to go in a corner and sit down because we don't want to hear them. People of Trinidad and Tobago, we have to take things one day at a time. We have to remember that nothing comes easy. And we have to remember that when you do something, it's not for the bad, especially from Tanticams, it's for the good. So let me stand by she, stand up with she. Pray for she to give she strength and continue to God to give her knowledge, because old age comes with wisdom. Let me ask God for that for she, and we go see a change in this country. One set of people believe that they alone must run this country. Them alone must do everything in this country. I hear one saying on a note last night, UNC cannot run this country. Only PNM alone could run this country. Run it to a wreck. Run it to a wreck, sell out all the state assets, give the friends, family, and financials who gain rent for building, who gain this, who gain that, who gain the other. And the people who really in need, the poor and needy, on the sideline and still in the begging game. They're still in the begging game, and also have all that money in their pocket, but you're going up on Facebook every day to talk about CPEC. The amount of money you get, you could pay them, or a gang and pay some people to work, because some money they right up nearly to meet the sky. All your money real tall. And when money see all you know, it was vex because all get too much. So leave the people, please. Let the government take her time, because she have to sit down and work out her situation before she lay it out to the public. All of a sudden, I used to do that. I used to throw it in my face like dust, and wherever all of a sudden goes. When the raw liar was there, and he was doing what he want, how he want, when he want, nobody said nothing. All I was saying in the parliament when Bridget Annie said, George, that speaker, hope to God that she go to the other side of hell. Everything she said, the eyes have it, you always say aye. So leave the woman alone, please. Let her concentrate on what she's doing to keep this country in order and to keep the citizens safe. You have a good morning.
Nice. The voice notes that did not play will be played in the morning, please God. And don't forget the night corridor transformation. Yours truly, Lennox Smith, at 8 p.m. tonight. Thank you so much. You all could have choose.
And don't forget, of course, we did not touch, of course, the U.S. sending nuclear submarine. We didn't touch, of course, the Fire Service agreeing with the halt of the independence. We didn't touch on the
U.S. sent what?
Rounds of ammunition. Nor did we touch the police and military take steps to protect defense minister. So all of these we will continue, of course, tomorrow as well.
Right, and you said we didn't touch America sent a nuclear submarine way.
Yes, to the South Caribbean. We didn't touch that. So we touched
Where to the South Caribbean? By where?
With 4,000 troops, yes. U.S. sends a nuclear submarine and 4,000 troops to the Caribbean.
Right, I what? I Venezuela Bacchanal thing there or what?
No. Well, it may be a guise for that, but they're talking about the addressing the fight against narcotics. but you know, tomorrow we will deal with that.
Oh, so then we'll pick up all the boats we're leaving and
I just, of course, said that to whet people's appetite so they stay locked on for tomorrow and don't water it down now.
Well, only up tonight you ain't going to corridor transformation to play up talking it and then come in to give me a water down something after corridor.
Not at all, not at all.
All right.
What is for the ground report is for the ground report. What is for the corridor is for the corridor, my friend. All right. So people, of course, I'll see you tomorrow. That is just to whet your appetite.
So let me hear what is some of the things we discussing tomorrow again? Let me hear.
Yes, indeed. Of course, the U.S. sends a nuclear submarine and 4,000 troops to the Caribbean. Fire Service welcomed the halt to Independence Day parade. And of course, a gang link to the missing 28,000 rounds of ammunition. Yes.
Where's that? What
these shells that they found.
Right. And what leak it?
Yeah.
What leaked the shells? Why does they say how they get through to find out about the shells?
No, leave that for tomorrow, my friend. I just saying 28,000 rounds of ammunition missing from the army.
Whoa! So we're
that tomorrow.
Who big?
You're getting on like them, like listeners, man. Like you don't want me to stop today. All
right.
And police, of course, military take steps to protect the defense minister. All of these and more tomorrow morning.
Oh boy. Well, all I hear how much things it have in store for tomorrow, including whatever current affairs come up tomorrow itself. It's very interesting. Let me hear what the U.S. sending the submarine with 4,000 people for. You don't give me a hint. They say it's a deal with narcotics. But we also know that Donald Trump raised the bounty from Nicolas Maduro, who they are watching as one of the world's biggest narcotic trafficker. Oh my God. Trinidad and Tobago. I had to say no more. We don't say all already. We are out of here.
Yes, indeed.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang.